Hi, collective. This is my, I don't know, umpteenth attempt at doing these readings over the past few weeks while juggling my new job, which the hours have been all over the place. So in whatever way you contribute your energy to this space, I appreciate you. I thank you so much for your support, whether it be through liking, subscribing, commenting, following me on Instagram, direct messaging me, conversations that we've had outside of this space. I appreciate it. Donating, any of that, it's just so appreciated. And most importantly right now, your patience, because I've been attempting to do the readings, but because my mind and my physical state, my masculine energy is working in the 3D over here at my new job, trying to stay connected with source is the challenge. That's the great challenge of being a celestial being in a terrestrial body, is like navigating all of this and keeping this aligned so and balanced, right? So I attempted to do this reading last weekend, got a migraine, was struggling, needed to cater to my physical body so that way I could continue to work. And then, this weekend is very, I'm excited about it. There's a lot of exciting things because I've made some decisions. I've been back and forth between, should I rent a place or should I just go ahead and just start the van life? Because I do enjoy this job. There are things about it that I could see being fulfilling. There are also things about it that I could see myself starting to dread. It's like a startup of a relationship. It's like the red flags. I can see certain areas where it's a temporary thing. It's not my dream, but it is my dream adjacent. So, it's a good kind of keyhole into the doorway of my path. All right, if that makes sense. I'm pretty sure it does. So, that's the balance here is what I'm always talking about. It's what my readings are geared toward. It's it's coming into alignment with your divine counterpart, because as individuals, balancing the masculine and feminine weight of the world to help raise the vibration of the collective is extremely challenging, right? It will challenge your spirit, it will challenge your ego, and it's strengthening. That's temperance. It's strengthening to our faith, but it's also gets to a point where it feels sort of overwhelming, unnecessary. It's like, okay, that's why we're meant to work together, right? Most of the work has to be done individually, but then there comes a point where it's like, okay, it's time to come together with my people, with my person, with the work that I want to do, right? So it's coming into divine union on your path it's bringing all of those together, right? It's your tribe, it's your divine counterpart, your twin flame. If you're on a twin flame journey, you know that it's the thing that you live for. And so everything else feels peripheral. And so right now, this is where I'm at. I'm focusing on getting the van. My house closes next week and I have to be out at closing. So when I was looking for a place to rent with 4 dogs, I would basically be working to pay for a rental, and the rental would only be so I could stay here to work. So it just didn't make sense. Logically, it didn't make sense. And then looking for that, like imagining myself in that version of me, didn't bring me joy. It was like, okay, this is the thing I gotta do. And anytime I feel like I dread something or I'm obligated to it, I'm out. That's just that I gotta find a way out of that, because that's not where I wanna be. When I imagine it's gonna be tight either way. It's gonna be challenging either way. My ego, but my spirit is challenged with the work, and my ego will be challenged with the journey, the van life. And I'm just excited about that. That's my dream. So it's taking in a great deal of trust in the universe, in myself, remembering my training, like all of my experiences up until this point, to know that I'm capable of it and that it will all work out, and everything that has happened has led to this. So that's specifically what's going on with me. Hopefully that brings a little bit of peace. If you imagine yourself in line with, or if you imagine yourself making, if you're at a fork in the road and you imagine yourself making both of those choices, which imagined version of yourself feels freer, feels lighter? Which one makes you feel joy, right? It's like KonMari, the KonMari method, Marie Kondo. Right? If you hold the idea of this, does it bring you joy? If not, thank it for the opportunity, thank it for the moment that you had with it, and then send it off. So that can work with relationships, that can work with work, that can work with past and future versions of yourself, physical environments, right? Friendship circles, whatever it is. Whenever we are on our divine path, we are constantly evolving forward and leaving behind old versions of ourself, old ideas of ourself, because every person that you're with is just an idea of you anyway, right? We're just a bunch of little selfish narcissists. But no, we're all just mirrors reflecting what we need to know about ourselves as individuals. And the more we learn about ourselves as individuals, the more we understand about the collective. And when you understand the collective, then you can actually help raise the vibration and the frequency of it. So it's not necessarily selfish in a way that is detrimental to the collective, right? We got to do the work on ourselves individually before we can come into union with everyone else, right? Can't pour from an empty cup and all of those old sayings. So, all right. So I'm going to do the readings, keep them short and sweet, and then I will leave timestamps in the description box below. Thank you for listening to this part. And yeah, just thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you would like to further support this channel, everything you need to know is the description box below. And let's get started with Aries. Aries, hello, hello. We're pulling for the masculine here. So this is our divine path, divine union, twin flame journey reading, whatever you need it to be. So we have Two of Pentacles, all right? At the center here, the leader of the pack, Aries, vroom, vroom. You're leading the collective. You are the Fool, right? And the destination is the Emperor/Empress, right? But they are intertwined, right? It's all this cycle of the 8. Maybe 8s are important to you. Maybe the number 8. That's also the Magician. You are the Divine Alchemist, right? Maybe you do something where you are speaking truth, right? You're speaking your truth. You're sharing your truth. You're a teacher, right? You're a guide. There's something about the throat chakra that's mercurial, right? It could be dealing with or have Gemini, Virgo placements, Taurus placements, okay? So that's the energy that's around you as the Divine Alchemist, as the Magician, right? That's someone who is into law of attraction. They understand the occult. This is somebody who is tapped in, okay? This is somebody who's balancing multiple things, all right? Tangible things though. So you could be, the challenge with the masculine energy here is that you could be overworking, and you're kind of looking at this one here because see, it's not quite balanced, like it's not level. There could be something down here that you're maybe making a choice between jobs, right? Pentacles can also be health and wealth, right? So you could be balancing a new schedule. You could be starting a new schedule or routine for your diet, for your health, your wellness, your mental health, right? Two of Pentacles is balance. It's also Capricorn energy. So that's the workaholics of the zodiac, right? And you also share the Emperor with Capricorn. So could be Capricorn placement, something with Saturn, maybe your Saturn placement. That's what's going on in the physical masculine world. Let's see what's going on in the 5D in relation with that. The Empress. So yeah, there's an Emperor here, or a pre-Emperor here possibly, with the Two of Pentacles, that is wanting to attract an Empress, or there's an Empress who is, they're trying to figure out how to come in to be with this Empress. And this Empress is here, holding the space. An Empress doesn't need anybody, but they welcome their person, right? And this is somebody like, this gives me 10 of Pentacles. With the Two of Pentacles in this chessboard or checkerboard here, I get chess. All right. Checkmate. This is your person. This is your mate, your divine counterpart. So this Empress is waiting for the 10 of Pentacles. They're waiting for the person that they're going to, maybe you know how to play chess. You're going to teach each other to play chess. You're going to learn together. But chess is also a strategic, it's about the long game, right? This is not some short game thing, right? There could be an age difference, because I'm kind of getting a page with this Two of Pentacles. So maybe the Empress, maybe the feminine has already been in a relationship, married, right? They could have been in something long-term. Maybe there's an age difference, experience difference, right? Something, one of you could be a newer soul than the other. If you are twin flames, you can come from the same soul, but you can cycle in and out of different lessons, right? You could have been here for the same amount of time, but your soul could still be less experienced if you didn't heed the lessons and on your path, right? So, you know, that's however you view souls, lifetimes, past life, future life, all that. However you view time is going to be how you relate to that. So you have the King of Cups and the 10 of Cups. This is big love, like this. I mean, you could be dealing with a water sign. Empress is Taurus and Libra, and then we've got the 10 of Cups here. So I was getting that 10 of Pentacles. This is it. This is the wish fulfillment. This is the big kahuna. Yeah, this is everything. It's the 10 of Cups. This is the emotional fulfillment. This is beyond the wishes. This is somebody who has really filled their cup. That's what the Empress does. So they're holding down the frequency of somebody who is independent, somebody who fills their own cup, somebody who takes care of themselves. And again, with the Magician, right? The Divine Alchemist, the Emperor and the Empress are both Divine Alchemists. That's how they get to be the Emperor and the Empress. They're the culmination of all the elements, right? And the modalities, which modalities are just elements. It all breaks down to elements. You could be a life path number 4, an elementalist. You could just really resonate and understand everything around you as being an elemental example, or an elemental representation of energy. Like that's how you conceive or conceptualize energy and frequency, is by the elements, right? So yeah, you could have any of these signs mentioned, you could have these placements, or this could be who you're dealing with. But if that's who you're dealing with, then you're going to mirror those attributes and characteristics, because that's what you're attracting. And that's what you're going to be calling in to teach you the lessons, to get you to the place where you both are on the same frequency, because that's what divine timing is. It's a frequency. We have the 5 of Cups and the Page of Swords. Maybe you guys were in separation. We'll clarify, but yeah, maybe you guys were in separation. But the masculines and the 5 of Cups and the feminine, it's like the feminine is in the 10 of Cups, the Empress, Page of Swords. So it's like they're just kind of waiting and watching. So maybe you guys have come together and maybe you went in separate ways because the masculine had some more work to do. Not to say that the feminine didn't have work to do, but the feminine could have been ready for the union, but you can't. It takes two, baby. Me and you. It takes two to come together. I was gonna say maybe me and you. I don't know. I don't know you. Tell me who you are. But there's, the great challenge of the Empress, because masculine energy pursues, feminine receives. And so that could be the great challenge for this feminine, to just sit in faith and receive. But it's I feel like the feminine is more assured that this is their person. And the masculine is figuring it out. So yeah, there is an age difference, possibly an experience difference. That's usually how it works with the twin flame journey, because twin flame journey is 5D. The feminine is tapped into the 5D. So the feminine usually recognizes that they're in a twin flame journey, that their person is there, and then their greatest challenge is to hold that frequency until their person is ready, so that they're not forcing anything on anybody. You don't want to force your person into a union that they're not ready for. You'll always be in that runner chaser dynamic. You'll always be juggling. So maybe this person was in a relationship with that Two of Pentacles. Maybe they were a workaholic. Maybe they were just, it could be a third party, in a sense that their energy was not, they were not completely energetically or emotionally ready. You may have had this discussion, right? It may have been something that was discussed. Or if the feminine is in this Empress energy, then the feminine just understands. This Empress feminine could be you, Aries, right? Like, you can be the feminine, because Aries is the Emperor. And so this could be you waiting on your Emperor, who's, just not on that frequency yet. Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles to clarify this, I want to say, conjunction. I feel like it's, you guys are both driving. Maybe you both travel a lot, or one of you is traveling to kind of find themselves. And it's like one of you with this 8, this sort of infinite loop. It reminds me of like a freeway where one of you is getting off the ramp and getting back on the highway, and like, you're just waiting. If you've ever traveled with a person in a separate vehicle, and I missed the turn, or I'm up ahead. You have to wait for them to kind of like loop back around. So you're just sort of looping in one place. You're not stopping, right? You're not like you didn't stop at a gas station or anything like that, but it's like you're still looping. So you're still in motion, right? The one who's waiting, which I feel is the Empress, the feminine, is just looping around. They're still doing what they have to do. They're still in motion, but there's sort of this lack of whatever. And the masculine may have felt like they needed to build their finances with this Two of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. They may have felt like, I need to be more balanced in my finances before I can get into something. Maybe they got out of something, a divorce, or some kind of living situation that took a lot of money from them. Maybe they got fired, or maybe they got, let go, or maybe they left a job that was not fulfilling, because they're in the King of Cups. They want this Ten of Cups too. They want to be emotionally fulfilled in whatever they do, and they just weren't. Maybe they were just maybe they felt like they were just looping, waiting for somebody to come back to them. And it's like, oh, I guess I just have to like get back on the highway and keep going or something. Maybe that resonates. I almost put that over there, but we have the Six of Pentacles. I'm just going to do that because that's what I was feeling. So the Six of Pentacles, because we have the Five of Pentacles here, it's like this challenge. And then we have the Five of Cups with this Page of Swords. There is a Six of Pentacles. This union is coming together. Okay, so it's like you guys maybe were both in connections, and your other person was just not willing to. It's like if you have that partner that's not willing to ask for help, ask for directions, they're not willing to stop and refuel. They don't, there's like no grounded patience. It's like you want something that is very emotionally fulfilling. And they could have been another cardinal sign, they could have been a fire sign, they could have been, or an air sign, right? Like very much in their masculine energy of fire, wands, air, swords. Like they were just all head and no heart. And so it was like, so they just, it's like maybe you both experienced somebody who just kept speeding along, and both of you like were in the loop. And I feel like, there's 2 lanes sometimes to get back on the highway, like to go under the bridge and back onto the highway or the overpass. Could be something about a bridge, but it is like a bridge. Like let's cross over. It's a crossing over into something new and fresh. I mean, that's kind of like leaping off the bridge. It's the full energy. It is your energy, but in the newest sense, in the purest sense of very childlike. But it's almost like you guys are side by side at the light and you're like, oh, here we go again. I'm going to wait. Those other people I don't feel are coming back because they're not interested in sightseeing, or, you know, like maybe you want to see like the world's biggest frying pan or ball of twine or whatever. Like, you know, it's like, this is like a road trip, I feel. And this is like a journey. It's the journey, right? It's the long game with that chess. And this person wanted to play checkers or Connect Four. They would just wanted to be like, done, done, done. Okay, bye. You know, and you're like, no, I want to see how you move. I want to be with somebody who challenges my moves. And I feel like you both are kind of at the stoplight about to circle back around. And you're like, I just saw you the last go. I've seen you. So maybe you guys have crossed paths in some way and you've seen each other. I feel like you're sort of in each other's like peripheral sign, but like not, and maybe you just didn't catch each other all the other times. But I feel like when you do come together, you're going to go, oh yeah. Either you'll talk about it and you've been through very similar situations, or it could be very exact that you've worked at certain places, you went to school certain places, you could be from the same, you could have been in the same states, but maybe just like very, very close to the same time, but just enough out of sync because of whatever else you had to experience to come into this. Okay, yeah, we got the Four of Wands. That's the marriage. That's the divine union. So yeah, either way, it's coming together. It looks great, Aries. It looks great. I don't see any challenges here, except maybe just if you are balancing between two ideas, the only challenge is releasing the idea that doesn't align, right? But this feminine's really holding it down, waiting on their Emperor. Let's see what's at the bottom here with the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, Ace of Swords. So there is communication coming in from the masculine, words of communication coming in. Nine of Swords, yeah, I feel like the feminine has been like, there's been anxiety, Page of Swords, maybe sleepless nights. Whether you've met or not, the feminine has been feeling this coming in, but they haven't seen it. And then the Ace of Swords right behind that, King of Wands. So the masculine could be a fire sign, or that could be you, Aries, as the masculine. And yeah, Ten of Swords. There's a lot of communication coming in about this Ten of Cups that you both want and that you're both ready for. Yeah, so this feels, and swords are fast. Dogs are out there wrestling. Swords are fast. So this feels like this is happening. And you've probably been feeling it and you know it and you just need a little confirmation. Here's your confirmation, Aries. So yeah, if you want to further support this space, everything you know is in the description box below. Thank you for watching. I hope there was something in here for you. And until next time, I wish you well. Taurus, how you doing? All right, so we're going to do your divine path reading, divine union. All right, we have the Knight of Wands in the masculine here. This is fast, passionate, inspiring energy. I was going to say communication, but we'll see, because I feel like maybe there might not be words. Page of Cups. Okay, so maybe this person they know that they have passion for the feminine, but they're coming in with, but they don't know how to express their emotions very well, possibly. Because I do get this sort of, they're not, they don't know how to put it into words, right? But it's like Ursula, excuse me. And my throat chakra is really messed up right now. So it's, yeah, there could be fear, or maybe they're not practicing it. They're not well versed. They might not have the words. Could be a language barrier. I mean, it could be insecurities, could be a lot of things. We'll look a little bit more, but yeah, I get like, don't underestimate the importance of body language, right? So maybe this person's love language is like physical touch and not words of affirmation, right? Maybe they're just not very good at speaking their heart. I'm getting heart, so maybe they are very good at speaking their mind, right? This could be a very intellectually stimulating connection, but maybe emotionally, this Knight of Wands, I almost said Page of Wands, but we have the Page of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So it's like, this is somebody who's willing to fight for what they're passionate about, but with the Page of Cups, they're kind of like, they could be very introverted, very shy. You guys are mirroring each other because I'm getting the masculine energy sort of leaking into the feminine. Hey-o. So you could be dealing with another Taurus, or someone who has Taurus placements or has similar placements, maybe your moon sign, your rising, right? You know your chart, and I'm sure you're going to ask what theirs is. So, there's a little kink in my neck. And we have the Hermit. So, yeah, you could be dealing with a Virgo. Okay, the masculine here could be a Virgo. Like maybe they have a little bit more, this is going within. So they might have a little bit more insight that they need to get. Like, why am I so challenged to speak my heart with this person? And we have the Ten of Swords. In the feminine, I mean, this is someone who's been wounded a lot, deceived a lot, lied to. This could be a very guarded feminine. And so this masculine is, also the Hermit is someone who's patient, right? This person's like, ooh, I like this. Okay, so this is like, this kind of feels like a troll down in a dungeon, or, the Hermit in this deck looks like a golem. And of course, I'm going to reference Lord of the Rings. But this is, like Gandalf when he's taking everyone down into the mines of Moria. It's like, this kind of gives me the mines, that they're down there and there's that ting, ting, ting. There's like, anytime that you go down into, like, down where they are working, right, where there's work being done, they're preparing for battle. Because this person feels very guarded, but there's a lot of like metallic clanging noise. I mean, maybe this person like works in a factory or something. One of you works in like a factory or something where there's a lot of hammering, clanking, maybe like, I mean, they're doing construction across the street. So like maybe construction, building, there's something like, and they're in this box, but they feel very boxed in, but it feels like they're down in the darkness, preparing for something, and in need of rescue. And this is kind of like somebody who needs to go through and 10 is the number of endings. It's like this person needs to go through a death. I mean, I feel like you're both going through this at the same time. So when you come together, you're going to be like, oh my God, here you are. Like I feel like this is coming, Taurus. In our readings, as a Taurus, our readings have been just kind of bullshit lately. It's always the past fucking person. It's always somebody's jealous, somebody's talking about you, beware. I don't know, everywhere I look, all the readings for Taurus are just not the best energy, So I feel like if you're dealing with another Taurus or not, but this person is very much mirroring you in a way that I think you've been feeling, whether you've met them or not, you've been feeling it. You sense I don't feel like there's a lot of communication about it, whether you've met or not. I don't know why I'm hung up on that, because you might not be sure if you've met this person or not, because you don't want to get hung up on the past. But if you are feeling it, you're like, I know they're around me. You know that they're around you, but it's like you're waiting for somebody to come down and like fight the demon, this like flaming demon. There could be something about a possession or like a sense of, like demonic infiltration can be health, it can be wealth, right? Your finances, your mental state, you could feel really out of balance. You could feel like you're being antagonized by darkness, right? That can just be jealous people, shady people, people throwing negative energy at you, people testing you. Like, I've been feeling that a lot as a like people are fucking testing you. People will test the bull. I don't know why they think it's funny to climb over that fence into our space, like why they want to get in our space. They're so fucking curious about us until we charge at them, and then they're like, oh, what an asshole. It's like, well, you came up in my business. So I feel like there's something about that, but I'm getting like the fellowship, right? It's like I feel like you have a whole tribe of people led by someone who is very into the occult, someone who's could be older. The masculine could be older than the feminine, but it's like someone who is very wise. And also, Gandalf isn't perceived as being like an idiot, but he's actually the one who's orchestrating all of this stuff. And he's the one who has been tested. And of the other higher entities around him, the other wizards, he's the one who's the most true to not needing to be like masculine energy is truly masculine when it honors the feminine, and it understands that like I don't necessarily have whatever strength it takes to conquer or to beat the devil, right? By myself. Like, you know, there's no like arrogance with this person, but there's a lot of wisdom with this person. But I feel like they're sort of mellow. They're sort of, they just understand like what it means to be connected with others and what it means to have a fellowship. And I feel like this person is coming, this feminine could feel very isolated, very alone, in need of rescue deep down, right? Because the hermit goes down into the internal caves. And I feel like when they go down into the internal caves, they're going to find their person. Like there's one demon, the Balrog, that needs to be smited. It needs to be smoted. And through that last like final boss, this masculine is going to rise up and be even more powerful. They're going to be like the purest version of themselves. This could be very much in the past, because I don't know where the timeline is on this. And as a Taurus, I'm very certainly projecting my own confusion about my own timeline and the stuff that is unseen in my world into this. But I feel like there is someone is bringing, a masculine is coming down into the fucking caves where this feminine is boxed in and blocked off. Because with this Page of Cups, it's like someone who's like, they're ready for new love, because the Page of Cups is new. But they're sort of just playing by themselves, very introverted, shy, and not shy because they're necessarily insecure, shy because they are, because they are sure of themselves. Like, and I think that maybe they've gotten a lot of flack. This feminine could have gotten a lot of flack, and a lot of negativity thrown at them for being different, for being unique, for being special. But it's like this masculine is going to come. I don't know if any of this makes sense, because I feel like I'm like, ugh. But there is, I feel there is a little nugget of truth here, something in here, we'll see, where the masculine is like bringing people. It's like they're bringing a whole tribe with them. They're bringing a fellowship with them. They're bringing the family. Something with melons. I mean, you know your situation, Taurus, but it's like friends. there's something like they're willing to protect the innocent. They understand the innocent, and they're not so arrogant, even though they're very powerful. And they're arguably more powerful for the fact that they don't try to take control, and they don't have the arrogance to be like, I can do it all, or I want to manipulate other people. It's like this is somebody who is a great teacher. This masculine feels like a great teacher. This is somebody who's very observant. They could be watching you as the feminine. If you are the feminine, this masculine could be watching you. Again, I feel like there's a cross watcher here, or you could be dealing with another earth sign or someone with a Taurus placement, because it just feels like I'm talking to both of you, kind of. Or you guys are just so, you're so linked. Sometimes it's, people say opposites attract, and that's great. But I feel like you're both very much alike. Like so much alike. I've always kind of had this fantasy that I would end up with a person that's on my birthday. Like maybe birthday twins, literal twins. But that could be the case. Maybe you guys have, they could be you could be a May Taurus and they could be a May Gemini, right? Or you could be an April Taurus and they could be, an Aries, right? Like you guys, there's something very close, and it could be your experiences, could be your chart, could be just how you operate in this world, how you have always felt the same. But there's something so humble about this masculine I love. There's something very patient and humble and kind. There's just like a kindness, and they appreciate the kindness of this feminine. It could be a height difference too, because I get that with the Lord of the Rings. It's like it could be a height difference, could be an age difference, could be an experience difference, right? Experience level difference. But either way, like even though Gandalf's old as fuck and he gets, it's like he goes through a death. So one or both of you could have gone through a sort of like purification process. If you've ever, you could both have like a checkered past. I was thinking checkers because the Aries reading had a lot of chess stuff. So again, you could be dealing with an Aries, but there's, either way, it's like this person is an emperor, the masculine. And they're looking at this Queen of Pentacles here. So they're looking at the Taurus as their person. So if you're not both, and Queen of Pentacles gives me Virgo, right? So it is more Virgo energy. And Virgo is like virginal. You might literally be a virgin, but it's like there's something about your energy that's purified. It's been sort of tempered. Could be a Sagittarius with this Knight of Wands here. And tempering with the swords, the clanking. It's like that's how you temper a sword, is by applying heat to it. So there's something there could be a lot of heavy experiences in one or both of your pasts, but it's like you've gone through a period of deep excavation, internal inventory, that hermit energy, right? You could have been single for a long time, in isolation for a long time, where it's you've now like purified yourself. I feel like a solitary kind of sadness with this feminine. There's a rescue coming in with the masculine, and it's not like they're rescuing the feminine from themselves. They might be rescuing the feminine from, it could feel like a rescue because they're coming in to remind the feminine, because this is someone who's sort of the wounded warrior. The Nine of Wands is somebody who's just, they've been holding it down for a long time. There's not a lot of hope in this person. They're not really like, this is like being buried alive, So could be thoughts of suicide, or just kind of like not sure if this is coming together. That's really heavy energy, but okay. See, I was getting the page with this Knight of Wands, and we have the Page of Wands now. So you could be dealing with a fire sign. Like it is like this person kind of looks like they're left out in the cold. And they've got this little torch here. They're holding the torch. They're ready for inspiration. This is someone who's in a cold, damp, dark place. A lot of swords, which are cold steel. This person needs to be warmed up, so it's not a rescue. Like, I feel like this person just needs a hug. I want to hug this feminine. And it's like this masculine's going to come in. And I don't think that they're going to they're either bringing in, like, this person could have multiple siblings or a lot of really close friends or cousins. They could come from a big family, or they could have, through their own similar experiences, have built a family, right? Like a tribe, a fellowship. And the fellowship, it might not be blood relation at all. Maybe they're adopted. So those are specific things. But I just feel like this person is coming and they're going to give you like if you're the feminine and you resonate with that energy of the feminine, your hug, your like group hug is coming in. And you might be like, ooh. There might be a little bit of trust issues there, but I don't think that you're going to question it just because this person I just love this masculine energy. It's patient. They honor the feminine. They've got the feminine in their space, right? This Queen of Pentacles. So they really honor the nurturing that it takes, the balance that it takes, the rest that it takes, right? Because yin energy, and see, like with the Hermit, that's feminine energy, that's going within. But they've also, like, they're willing to fight for love. And there could be an age difference because we got 3 pages here. The Page of Pentacles. This is someone who's slow and steady. They're willing to go slow. They're not gonna, I feel like, all right, I'm talking directly with the feminine Taurus. If you are the feminine Taurus, or if you are the feminine cross watcher here, right? Because we don't have the Page of Swords here. But I do feel like somebody is watching somebody else. Somebody has eyes on the other. You could both have eyes on each other. But with the feminine here, I feel like it's more likely that the feminine does not see this coming with this 9 of Wands and how they're just sort of have this mask over them. They're sort of waiting. It's like they don't see this coming. Yeah, I was going to go on another specific tangent, but I'll just hurry this along. So the Page of Pentacles here is, this person is, they're going to take their time, and that's how you can tell if somebody lets you take your time. They're not trying to rush you. I was just going to say, don't rush the bull, because it's, because when I said, I'm going to hurry this along, I'm like, well, don't rush the bull, don't rush the bull. This person's not going to rush. If you, Taurus, are the feminine, this person's not going to rush you. And that's going to be how you're going to know if you have any questions like, is this my person? Is this person worthy of my trust? Take your own time, and this person will let you, right? Anyone who tries to rush you or doesn't want you to take your own time or doesn't want you to rest or do for yourself and stay in this Queen of Pentacles energy, fuck them, okay? Yeah, 4 of Cups. This is waiting for, could be dealing with a Leo, but this is waiting for the truth, your true person to come in. You can see everything here. This isn't like there's no other cups on the table that you can't see. There's no confusion here. There's no emotional withholding. It's like, I know you've been waiting for me. This person might even say that, like, I've been waiting for you, or have you been waiting for me? Like, honey, I'm home. That kind of, there may be some kind of verbal, it could be just an understanding, right? You could just feel it, or this person might literally say something. You might have a sort of discussion like, I know what you've been through, but on my emotion, this person's emotionally transparent. 4 of Cups can also be like, like it's waiting for the right person. It's waiting for the true cup to come in. And these are balanced cups. This person is going to be ready to pour into this feminine. The masculine is going to be ready to pour into the feminine, because they know that by doing so, by honoring the feminine, they also will be fulfilled. They know that that's how you get reciprocated. So this feels good. The Lovers. Could be a Gemini or, again, a Virgo. The Lovers is Gemini, but yeah, wish fulfillment here. Communication coming in. Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups. It all feels good. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm kind of like, it all feels good. It's like waiting for the other shoe to drop. The Star. Someone who's been healing. There's healing in the feminine. So just keep pouring into yourself. Keep honoring your feminine. And then we have the Four of Cups again. You both have been waiting for each other. There's such a mirroring here. It's like you guys are, I feel like you're going to recognize each other immediately. And if you are in the same space or you've met this person already, yeah, I feel like there's an immediate recognition. You could be dreaming about this person. Their face could look very familiar. Or you might just have that sense that, like, I know this person. I've met you before. You have met before. This is your person. This is someone that you've been through many lifetimes before together with. They could be from a past life, however you view that, whether it could be earlier in this incarnation or there's a death and rebirth sense of we have lived the same life. And here we are, completely renewed, pages, very new, very innocent and childlike, very understanding, truth. Kids are honest, like, but it's not brutally honest. It's very kind because you both have just done the same work. And I think that once you start talking, there's going to be that immediate recognition, but there might be trust issues. But I think once you start talking with each other, you're going to go, oh, damn, like, we're the same person, you know, like, it might be. So, yeah, I mean, that sounds cool. Let me know if there's somebody in your space that you're dealing with like this. I do feel like particularly Taurus, and that could just be my own little projection from my own experiences. But I've also heard other readers talking about that. Like, Taurus is usually my best or most involved collective, and where are they? You know, like, what's going on with the Taurus? Like, I feel like the other readers that I watch are also wondering what's going on with Taurus. So, and I know, yeah, the life struggle has been real. So there's been a lot of tests and challenges going on. And it feels like there's a lot of antagonistic energy trying to mess with your peace. So just know, please, Taurus, like, don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You know, peace is coming. Yeah, and if you like Lord of the Rings, let me know. I'm ready for a marathon. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing as soon as I do everything I need to get done this weekend, because holy shit, there's a lot. But it's all good. Like, it's all create your own life path. I have these little stickers around here, so don't wait. The timing will never be perfect. Don't stop being amazing. Take your dreams seriously. So you may have dreamed about this person or the path that you are taking. You could be in transition from one job to another. You might be literally moving. I'm closing my house. If you listen to the intro, you know, so I won't give you that information in it again. I won't repeat myself. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Look at the stars instead of the darkness. Yeah, following the stars, and the star with the healing that popped out. We had the star. It could be an Aquarius. You could have Aquarius placements, but yeah, if you never try, you will never know. Create your own path. One day or day one, you decide. Keep moving. Believe in yourself, right? Just Taurus, that's what we're good at, is just trekking along, keep going. So I feel like you've had some burdens that have made you slow down, question, but slowing down, sometimes we need to slow down. And so that slowdown was necessary. That blockage was necessary. That, you know, divine rejection, it's protection, right? So it's all part of it. And just know that all of the checkers, all of the trials, all of that temperance energy, that applied stress, is so that you will be stronger. And I know you're probably tired of hearing that, because Taurus is often referred to as being strong, and then people are like, you're strong, here, take my shit, take my shit, take my shit. So you need to kind of like stop, get everybody else's shit off your back, and someone else is watching you. Some people are watching you, right? So you've got an offer coming in, you've got communication coming in, and it's going to be very patient, it's going to be very nurturing, and it's going to be the safe space that you've been looking for and you have never felt before, Taurus. So I'm really happy about that for you and for me. And for the collective, because when Tauruses are empowered, they are a major component to leading the collective spiritually as the Hierophant, right? So we need that. We need the vibration to come up a little bit, because the collective is struggling. So yeah, hopefully there was something in here for you. Everything else you need to know is in the description box below. So I love you, Taurus. Thank you for watching. And until next time, I wish you well. Gemini, how are you doing? Let's find out. I just let the dogs out and everything's open. So if they start going crazy, I'll pause it. But I got Gemini twins, a Leo, a Libra. So you might be dealing with those signs, but we'll see how they do. So with the masculine, we have 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment, self-fulfillment. Miss Masculine's been doing work on their healing and their self-love. And then we have, I don't know why it's not funny, but the 8 of Swords here in the feminine. It's anxiety. That's someone who's not healing. They're avoiding healing. Why? What's going on here? 7 of Swords is guarded energy in the masculine. And this sticker's getting in the way. It says, believe you can, and you're halfway there. This could be fear, self-doubt that's blocking this connection. And then the 3 of Swords. So we have the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. That's 10 of Swords together. There's some sort of ending that took place. Communication. You stopped communicating. This could be individual paths. This could be directly with this person. Some kind of communication could be stopped between you and your person. And it's bringing a lot of anxiety and heartache to the feminine. I don't know why it's funny, but this masculine is just sitting here like, I'm okay. So I don't know. I don't know what that's about. And I don't know why it's funny, because it feels kind of like, how are you okay? There could be a little bit of pride here, because with the 7 of Swords, it kind of gives me like they're looking back like, haha, I made a decision, but they're holding the 5 of Swords, which is being blocked. So they may have said something, or 5 of Swords is blocked communication. This is something like the head and the heart not being aligned. So maybe they didn't speak. Like the feminine just wanted love. But maybe the masculine didn't know how to convey that or express that through words. And so the feminine may have just interpreted this. You could be dealing with someone with a Cancer moon, Pisces moon, or those could be you. But someone who's in their water, in their heart, in their cups energy, very, sensitive. Someone who's sensitive, and so there's a separation here, and it was needed, because when we are sensitive, it's okay to be sensitive, right? That's how we are empaths. That's how we connect with each other. But if you're, and I don't want to say too sensitive, because I don't really believe that you're too much, too little, too you overshare, or whatever. I feel like you you do what you do, you are what you are, unless it's a problem for you, right? So if somebody else tells you that you share too much, that person just doesn't want to share. So, that's funny. There's a little white feather just floating by. That's cool. Maybe white feathers or feathers are going to be some sort of birds are confirmation for you. But yeah, maybe that person didn't share, right? If you say something and then you go, oh God, did I say too much? Then you're not with the right people. Your person is going to be someone who's emotionally fulfilled, someone who has filled their own cups and is secure in themselves is going to be secure with you being all of yourself. So if you feel like you're limiting yourself with somebody, that's not your person, right? But the separation was needed because this feminine, I think that they've maybe, they could have abandonment issues, rejection issues, where they dealing with like, if somebody doesn't talk to them for a certain amount of time, right, that could be very triggering for them to where they feel like this person doesn't love me. Or maybe the way that something was worded between this masculine and feminine, like they could have just said the truth. They could have just said how they thought about something or whatever, but there's something blocked. But the way that it was received by this feminine doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. I mean, there's these swords here. It's like there's this disappointment, this feeling of rejection. Like maybe I said too much. Maybe I need too much. There's something about feeling too needy with the feminine here. And I think, but then we have the Empress and the masculine energy here. So I feel like the masculine sees the feminine as being their Empress. So where's the fucking communication? We have the Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. And if the masculine did not know how to express their emotions, how they felt, it might have come off like they didn't give a shit. But they do give a shit. But it's like they're fumbling over their words. They're like, I don't know how to hold all these words at once. They know that they have to make a decision between the past and the future. They could have been holding on to something. And so maybe the masculine wasn't ready for this connection, which is good that they didn't pursue it either. But I think that the feminine could have been like, well, I really felt like this was my person. How could I have had it so wrong? Because this was someone who, with this, Eight of Swords, is somebody who is like, I don't trust my intuition, right? Because when you trust your intuition, you don't have fear. You're willing to leap out of that tower. This person doesn't want to leap out of that tower because there's a bunch of swords there. And swords are thoughts, words. Our thoughts and our words become our truth. They become our belief systems. They become our behaviors. So it's like, I feel like this feminine is overthinking, right? And not overthinking because I don't think this masculine told them they were overthinking. I think this feminine is overthinking because it's disrupting their sleep. It's blocking their heart, their truth. It's blocking their fearlessness. It's blocking their connection with source, with self. And all the while, the masculine is over here like, I see you as my Empress. And I just have to heal. There's a healing energy here. I need to heal myself. I need to fill my own cups. So that way I can treat you like an Empress. I wasn't ready to do that. But because I feel like there's no communication about this, the feminine is like, they just hate me. Which means I'm a piece of shit. And I think that all of their like negative self-talk is coming back. While the masculine's over there just kind of like, everything's fine. Like we know we like each other. We know we care about each other. We know we're going to be together. I know we're going to be together. But it's like they're not saying anything. And I feel like the feminine's just over here like, I guess, this is someone who's up in the tower, right? They're both kind of like up in this tower. There's something trapped about them, and they need change. So the feminine could be calling in a tower, or just be like, I just need change. So they could be on the precipice of, this masculine could be blocked. I mean, you could be blocked like through communication. The feminine could have been like, okay, well, you don't want to talk to me. Well, I'm not going to talk to you. So I'm going to block all communication. I'm going to stop talking to you. And they could be watching the feminines over here on this, having this Two of Swords moment where they're like, well, maybe I'm just going to move on. But I don't know that that's budging the masculine. Like, they're not going to be rushed. Which I just did Taurus's reading and we were talking about that. But like, don't rush a bull. It could be a fixed sign that you're dealing with. We have the Empress here, so it could be, again, Libra or Taurus, right? That you're dealing with. And you don't want to rush. You don't want to rush a bull. You don't want to rush a Taurus. Like, this is someone who's not going to be rushed. Which is good, because we've got the Knight of Pentacles. That's someone they're willing to fight for, like, to bring in this gift of balance and stability, something tangible that you can actually see and touch and taste and smell and all of those things. It's like they're bringing it in, but they're just bringing it in maybe slowly. But you want your person to come in slow and steady. You want your person to be healed. You want your person to come in correct. Ace of Cups. There's a new beginning with emotional, like now the masculine has done this work to fill their own cups so they can actually offer something. If they would have tried to give you emotions before, it would have been a mess because they were a mess, I feel like. So this is a separation that was needed. The twin flame separation is always needed. King of Cups. Fuck yes. And the Moon. So there's lack of clarity about timing, about when this is going to come in. You could be dealing with a water sign with all this water here. But the Moon is also trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, right? Trusting the unseen, and just finding some sort of harmony and balance and comfort in the discomfort, in the chaos, in the unseen, in the unknown. That's true faith. True faith is trusting in your intuition, that it's coming in, and that you want your person to come in correct. You want them to come in, and correct means aligned with you. You want to be aligned with each other, and that's divine timing. The Moon is also getting sleep. I feel like Ace of Cups, like if your person's over there healing and you're the feminine and you're over here anxious, like when are they coming in? When are they going to come in? It's like, look, you did the right thing as the divine feminine by saying, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to go my own way because you're not ready to be emotionally available. Because if you try to force it, you'll always be in that runner chaser. You'll always be half in, half out. Twin flames can come together, but it's not a divine union until divine timing, which is a frequency. So there's a need to stay in the frequency of the Empress, which is waiting to receive. Masculine pursues, feminine receives. So the feminine, that's the greatest strength of the Empress, is allowing things to come to her, manifesting and attracting to her because she's on such a divine frequency. So if you want an emperor, stay in that frequency. And if you are the emperor, that's the kind of frequency that you need to be attracted to and pursue. So there is an offer of love coming in by someone who's coming in with the face of the King of Cups, because the Emperor and the Empress are all the kings and all the queens, right? They're the divine alchemists. And the Moon. So there's a lot of needing to honor the feminine, which means rest. It means trust. It means sitting with your intuition. That's the word. Sitting with yourself and we have the Four of Wands. This is going to be the union. It's marriage. It's balance. It's but you want your person to come in when they believe that they are worthy of the love you have to offer. You can believe it all you want for the other person, but it's just like trying to tell somebody, give somebody else words of affirmation. If they don't believe that they are worthy, you can tell them all day long they're not going to believe it until they go their own way, fill their own cups, and start to do the affirmation, start to do the healing work, and then they believe it in themselves. And only when they believe it in themselves can you come together, right? So don't let somebody else's time, don't let the illusion of time make you doubt your own self-worth as the Empress, as the feminine. Let this person come to you. And they will. They're coming in with good stuff. And I'm doing this create your own path, believe you can, and you're halfway there. So maybe those mean something to you. Hopefully there was something in here for you, Gemini. And until next time, I wish you well. Cancer, hello. How are we doing? Let's see. We have the Fool. All right, in the masculine energy here. So there is some masculine that's going to be taking a leap of faith towards something that brings them heart fulfillment, joy, peace, freedom. Getting a lot of like bright, exuberant energy. There's trust, there's loyalty, there's a gift. They could literally be bringing flowers to the feminine, but it's could be children involved. We have the dog here, but it's like they're, could be dogs, children, like a blended situation. But this is someone who's kind of maybe previously very stuck in their ways, because I get like a page. This is very new for them, new for them. Yeah. New for them to take leaps of faith. My hair is, we're doing the beanie. My hair is in that phase again. It goes through those periodic phases as you grow it out where it's just like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, we have Death in the feminine. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. We have Aries and Aquarius in these major arcana, but these are major arcana, so this is unavoidable things, right? These are big things that are happening on your path, and they're just happening, whether you like it or not. But this is an ending. This is a need to crush fear. It's like you're both gonna have to put fear aside to come together. This could also just be you, Cancer. Like, you could just be leaving something else behind to take a leap of faith towards something else, right? So it could be in love, could be in work, could be a different type of transition. But there's, the Page of Swords. I'm getting page energy here. Could be an age difference. The Page of Swords is somebody who's watching, they're studying, they're gathering information, they're researching what this next step is going to look like, right? It's getting all the how-tos. Like, how do I do this? How to come into divine union for dummies kind of book. It's like they could be reading a lot. Wheel of Fortune. All right. Another big one, that's divine timing. So this Page of Swords is also just like waiting and watching. Waiting and watching. And they're looking at this Fool. And this is a page, which is masculine usually, but this looks like this could be feminine as well. So the feminine could be watching the masculine, and they're waiting. They're withholding communication, not withholding it in a manipulative way. They're just like holding back because masculine pursues, feminine receives. And I feel like this feminine understands that, because to be in the Death energy is somebody who, as your primary energy, is someone who understands the need to let go, to accept new in. It's someone who understands the cycle of death and rebirth. And that after that comes in when you are willing to release everything, release control, release attachments. Wheel of Fortune comes in. Divine timing. Okay? And after I say that, we have the Eight of Swords. which is the opposite of that. So what the fuck? This is Eight of Swords. This is not seeing. Okay, we'll flip it. We'll flip it into something that is beneficial. Okay? Because this could be someone who is not, like, this is typically someone who's like bound. They have a lot of decisions around them, a lot of options around them. They're not seeing the choices that need to be made. They're not seeing communication. This could be someone who is, they're like standing their ground and they're not listening to they're not looking at anything else around them. This is someone who's kind of, this Fool is someone who's following their heart. Their chest is open. They've got this, this like, now these are mountains, Yodelehi-hu, but this is, there could be mountains around you. But I also get like little waves in the background. So I get like an aerial. So again, more water energy, part of that world. It's the chest is open. Sally sold seashells by the seashore. I was thinking, okay, because she has the seashell bra and it's pointed towards the seashore because that's where she wants to go. So it's like her chest, her heart space is pointed toward there. So maybe something with Sally, maybe something with the letter S, alliterations. You could have alliterations in your name. You could be seeing sequences. That's how you know that you're on the right path. With major arcana, you're going to be seeing a lot of sequences and confirmations. This could be somebody who's just trusting their intuition. Or maybe that is just the challenge here, or something that just you need to keep in mind and in heart that or this could be the feminine that doesn't even see it. Okay, because this is like someone on a cliff. And then in the background here, there's like this cliff. It's a little town, maybe a lighthouse. But there's something about this Eight of Swords that feels like this is unexpected. So there's like a tower. Don't fuck with me. Not today, Satan. Yeah, my throat chakra's dried up. And then we've got this Eight of Swords. Communication. Something with communication. Let's see. Yeah, I think this feminine is just kind of like doing their own thing. I don't feel like this feminine expects this offer necessarily, even though they trust in divine timing. And they could be looking directly at this person, like waiting for them to come in with an offer. They could they could still be like have some doubt about whether or not it's going to come in, so they're just sort of like, well, I'll just focus on myself, I'll just build my money, I'll just work on me, I'll just, Wheel of Fortune. They're like, well, and this could be, again, someone, this feminine could understand to trust in your intuition with the Fool and the Death here. It's like you could understand, like, if I don't look at it, if I don't focus on it, it will come in. Like, love comes in when you're not looking. Also, you can understand that all things reflect each other in your life. So if your career is going well and you're feeling stable there. Now, not the hyper successful societal implications and obligations that we have to be financially abundant. This is true understanding law of attraction, understanding the way that things work energetically, that if you are balanced in your pentacles or health and wealth, so if you take care of your physical body, if you take care, you're going to be able to take care of your mind. And if your body is aligned, if your chakras are aligned, you're going to be able to take messages, you're going to be able to download things, you're going to be a better vessel to work energy around you and to call in love. All right, so there's like, I feel like this feminine is quite powerful energy worker. And so they understand that, like, they're just not going to look at this person. They're going to let this person do their thing. Ace of Wands is inspiring new passion. And again, this could just be you, Cancer. This could just be you going through this death and rebirth, and maybe you're just focusing. Maybe you're not looking for love. And then that's when it's going to come in. But you can't like not look for love, but then be like, I'm kind of looking for it. I feel like it's going to come in when you are really just focused on what brings you passion, what brings you joy and balance, and makes you feel stable and makes you feel whatever you call success. What do you call success, Cancer? What does success mean to you? All right, and then we have the Eight of Swords again. But see, this Eight of Swords looks more like Braveheart. There's something about Braveheart, William Wallace, Capricorn. You could be dealing with Capricorn. That's also your polarity sign. William Wallace, again with the alliterations. You're going to be seeing eights could be a number for you. 8 is also the number of cycles. So it's anytime that we come to an 8, it's about considering and sitting with what cycle we're currently in and where do we want to go from there, right? Do we want to get out of that cycle? Are we okay with that cycle? It's that moment of evaluation with the Page of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, what do I want to call in? So the Page of Swords can be a reflection on yourself, looking internally. Hi, baby. Keep dealing with a Gemini. Something with the letter J or Jack. Yeah. And then the Four of Pentacles. Come here. Come here, boy. It's Jack. It's Jack. Oh. Ugh. I love you. Ugh. Got me right in the nose. Little sneaker. He usually doesn't lick, but of course he's going to because he's on camera. Four of Pentacles is just waiting. Usually Four of Pentacles is like a hoarding energy, but this is someone who's just kind of patiently like, it's going to come to me. You understand this, Cancer. You understand law of attraction. You understand patience and that all things will come in the right time. Oh, that just reminded me. All things will come in divine time. Oh, that's a song lyric. I wish I could remember what that is. It will come to me at 3 a.m. I'll be like, that's the song. And if so, then I will comment it below with like, attention, Cancer, this is the song. But there might be something in that for you. But you want to write that. All things come in. I think it's divine time, in the right time. I think it's divine time. Either way, that's what message you have from the divine right now. It's like, it's just trusting that all things will come to you. So that's very much an Empress energy. It's letting things come to you, filling your own cup, filling your own bank account, filling your body, right? With good food, hydrating, nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself, right? Looking good, feeling good. Something with a mountain. The clouds are like zigzagged, probably all the chemtrails. They're making sure that they get a good coverage over this area, I guess. But we have communication coming in with the Ace of Swords and wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups and strength. Could be dealing with a Leo. So yeah, those are the signs that you could be dealing with. Hopefully there was something in here for you, Cancer. What was under here? Nine of Swords, Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's been anxiety, overthinking, and I think that there's just, if you're in that energy, take care of yourself, get yourself into a place where you're just trusting, because trust is needed in divine time. Because if you get into the 8 of the 9 of Swords, then you're blocking yourself from your intuition, your truth. You're not going to be in that full energy. You're not going to be able to follow your heart because you're going to be way too up in your head. So just allow yourself, it's always too many mind, right? Again, with J, C, maybe those letters mean something to you. Or not J, T, C. But something with J. Maybe your name, their name, the letter J. Justice, Libra, judgment, karmic cycles, again with the cycles, and 8, the number 8. But TC, Tom Cruise, because he's in The Last Samurai. Maybe you like samurai, or you like the culture, but there's a sort of Zen and understanding of the way that energy works, even in battle, right? There's like a peaceful way to warfare. So something about balancing head, the heart, war and peace, chaos and comfort, right? But he, when he's learning to fight and they're telling him too many mind, it's like there's something about training, maybe something you've heard a million times, a mantra you've been saying, and maybe you don't necessarily believe it. But our thoughts become our words, become our reality. They become our behaviors, right? They become our belief system. So it's like the belief will catch up when divine timing comes in. Then you'll go, oh, okay, right? Because it's like seeing is believing. Well, believing is also seeing. When it comes to manifestation, it's believing is seeing. And so there's something about you understanding the way that energy works and allowing things to just come when they come, and you'll react when they come, and remembering your training, knowing that you have all the tools, knowing that you are capable, believing that you are capable. So maybe you're going to be working on affirmations, or you've been working on affirmations, but I feel like now is the time, this season is the time where it's going to, some events are going to come into play with these major arcana that you maybe don't see coming, because you know that they're coming, and you just know that when they come, when this tower moment comes, that you will just that it's for you, and it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So I feel like there's something about like mantras, maybe common slogans that you like, and it's going to make so much sense. It's going to all come together like a full circle that like, oh, that finally it really makes sense. Maybe there's just a mantra or some kind of slogan or song or lyric or something that's just stuck with you, and you're like, yeah, I get it, but you haven't really seen it in your life to where it's like, oh, I get it. And now I think you're going to get it. Like you're going to get it, you're going to receive it as a lesson and as a truth and something that's tangible. And then it's all going to make sense. And you're like, okay, that makes sense. Now I know why I thought that. Now I know why that's been like the thing I've been on, like a repeat, like a record. A broken record, cycle breaker, breaking free, right? The Fool is like breaking free, and jumping into your new truth, your new belief, right? Okay, I mean, that all feels good. And I tried to see that there was if there was love, but this felt more like it was just about you and your path, Cancer. And of course your person is on that path, so they're coming in, but I feel like right now you're doing more inventory and self-work to launch into something new. And when you do break free, when you do take that leap of faith, when you do go on that journey, you could be moving, traveling in the mountains maybe, then it's like you're going to, like I've always heard, like go to the mountain to meet God, or like God is in the mountain. That's just like a very common thing that people say, and you're kind of like, okay, that makes sense, or whatever, like metaphorically that makes sense. But then when I was on deployment and I was surrounded by mountains, and the first snow in Afghanistan, where I was, I walked outside, and it was a different kind of silence I'd never experienced. Like most of the unit was out on missions, and I was back at the aid station, and I walked outside, and it was like snow everywhere, no light pollution there. It was a different kind of peace. And it was like all at once I went, oh, this is what they were talking about. Like, I get it, because it was God. It was the presence of God. It was the closest I've ever felt to God up until that point. And it was like, oh, this is God. This is it. So maybe something like that. I don't know. I just felt like sharing that. So Hopefully there was something in here for you, Cancer. Until next time, I wish you well. Yeah. Hey, Leo. I'm just getting pumped up. Are you getting pumped up, Leo? Let's see what's going on with you. 6 of Pentacles. Okay. This is balance, karma. Could have a Libra placement or dealing with a Libra. Something with your karmic cycle. Something with the number 6. Karmic cycles are the number 8. Obviously, that's pretty easy considering you are a Leo. That 8 is potentially in your birthday. But there's something about coming together and getting to a place. This masculine energy is getting to a place where they can share. All right. So if this is a love situation, then this masculine had to, we're typically in separation at some point. This masculine had to get their own balance before they had anything to give to this connection. Maybe it was work with the pentacles here. Maybe it was their own health. 6 is also the number of love, so maybe self-love, right? They needed to get their own balance before they could give anything, right? Because 3 of Pentacles is like the half of 6, which 6, if that's the union, if that's the number of love, 6 is more like the number of agape love, right? Self-love, divine love. But if your person and you are, since your person and you are the physical representation of agape love, then you both would come in like a 3 of Pentacles energy, which means coming together. You could be working in the community together. That may be how you meet your person. Because see, they're like helping the homeless, the needy. Could be something with like therapy, caregiver, something with like social work, volunteer work. That might be how you meet them. Yeah, justice. So we have justice in the scale. So a lot of Libra energy here. Maybe something around Libra season. Right. Libra is also justice and the Empress. But it's balance. It's and I also get like a 2 of Swords. So there you could be, if this is in love, you could be choosing between 2 people. The Empress waits to receive, so you could be waiting for both of them to give you some sort of communication, so you know whether or not, maybe you just hit puberty, because that's what my voice just did. That way you know what move you want to make, right? Because the Empress is has the Queen of Swords at the forefront of her fortress. Man, there's a lot of tongue twisters going on here. I'm not going to be able to say these things one time fast, but maybe you like those like riddles or song lyrics, poetry, something where there's alliterations, or maybe you like riddles or, there's like a playful energy, like say that 5 times fast, do you ever do that? So there's like a playful energy here. This justice looks quite serious. So could be waiting on justice, because justice is in one hand and then the 6 of Pentacles is in the other. So something else may need to come to like a judicial system, legal finish before it can move forward. We have the 10 of Swords here. So there is an ending. Something with communication. What is this communication that's coming to an ending? 10 of Wands. You're both going through an ending. Or if this is just your energy, Leo, there's an ending in Wands. This is overworking. This is burdening yourself with other people's business, other people's problems. They might be like, oh, you're strong, your strength. Let me just give you all my problems. Could be dealing with a Taurus, because I was just talking to Taurus about that. But yeah, people like to just put stuff on the strong ones. But it's like, the strong ones need a break. Like, look at this person with the 10 of Swords. They are face down, ass up. No, they're like face down in the dirt. They're exhausted. They need a break. This 10 of Wands, you could be overworking, or just working a lot to get to this place where you're able to give to others. But 10 of Wands is burdening yourself with other people's work and other people's passions, right? And maybe you were in a non-reciprocal connection. Maybe both of you were in reciprocal connections. Could be in work, could be in communication, could be in the way that you thought about yourselves, could be in other relationships. Hi, babe. Gemini just walked in, and a little Leo. Come here, Chuck. Come here, girl. This is my old little girl. Oh, she's so old. Oh. Yep, she's gonna be 11. She's the mom of the Geminis, so maybe you have Gemini children. Maybe you're a mother. No, you're done. I love you. Goodbye. I hate this when people are like on the phone and they're talking to other people on the phone. I see. But the door's open and they're inside, outside. So they're just popping in to say hey. And, put their dirty ass paws all over me. Isn't it great? Maybe you have dogs. Maybe that's just a reminder that, dogs represent loyalty and dogs spell backwards, right? So it's just kind of, maybe dogs or animals are some sort of confirmation for you that you're on the right path. Because when you have all these 10s, that's a lot of heavy, burdensome energy that's like, I need to get out of this, but I need a sign. Like, I need a sign. To break cycles in the justice system, it's like, I need a sign. I need I do get this sense in the feminine that there's sort of like waiting to receive some sort of approval, right? If you're moving, you could need a contract to be signed. If you're getting out of a job, you could be in like a non-compete period, or you might need like that last paycheck. There's some sort of document or written confirmation, some sort of verbal confirmation. I feel like words, you're done with words. Like, it needs to be more concrete than that. They've been out there for the last 2 readings, and I was like, oh, they might act up and I might have to pause it. But they just want to make noise now. They're showing up. But again, with communication, I feel like maybe with this 10 of Swords, you voiced your truth, you voiced your opinions, you voiced your thoughts. Maybe you wrote a lot. Maybe you sent long messages to somebody, or it's been some sort of like sending letters back and forth. Could be with a romantic partner, but I feel like it's more a legal situation, or some sort of like, oh, now we need this document. Oh, now we need this. I feel like you're waiting on some sort of confirmation that you can move on with your life. Like, that you can move the hell on. We have the Magician here, so you've been manifesting something. You've been working, this masculine energy has been working in the spiritual realm, in the, like, doing spell work, doing energy work, keeping things balanced in all of their elements. Could be an elementalist, but this is the divine alchemist. This is somebody who's like the master of their universe, right? Dolph Lundgren. Have you ever seen that, Masters of the Universe? Could be dealing with a Pisces, or maybe you have like a Pisces sibling. My brother and I used to watch that all the time and do the voices and quote. Yeah, again, like with the playful energy, I get like a very playful, kind of juvenile energy coming, but it hasn't been like that for you, Leo. It hasn't been playful. It's been work, work, work. But you're coming into a place now where you're going to be able to be playful. May have to do with the connection. Well, we got the Emperor. So yeah, it could be an entrepreneurship. You're doing something. Maybe you were like in the nursing field, and I do get a non-compete. So there is some sort of thing where you either had to move out of an area, or, and this is very specific, or you were in one field and you couldn't work in that same field for a certain period of time for whatever reason. Maybe that was legal, or maybe that was just a judgment call on you with the justice here. Maybe that was just some sort of judgment call that you made where you were like, oh, I don't want to work in that field again, because that field maybe tainted your idea of what it meant. Like maybe you're meant to be, maybe you did work in social work and you want to work with kids, or you want to work with the needy, or you want to help people who actually need help, but you were in a situation where like there was so much red tape. You know, it's like a lot of caregivers get into the caregiving industry, and it's an industry, and then they're like, oh, this isn't actually, I'm not actually a healer here, you know, but I feel like your divine calling, you were doing something that was similar to your divine calling, but it was whatever you believe about, you know, the divine, the demonic, the devil, God, whatever, lower vibrations, higher vibrations, light, dark, whatever you believe about that. The devil was an angel first. So the devil knows exactly how to look divine, but just long enough to get you in, and then it's like, boom, I'm the devil. So it's like you were doing something that looked very similar to what you want to be doing, what you believe and know internally is your calling. And this is like the entrepreneur, right? This is someone, and see, they've got the devil here under their staff. They're like, okay, now I'm following my intuition with the moon on their staff there. It's like, I don't need to look at you anymore. Like I know what I'm doing. And I feel like there's an entrepreneurship or some sort of like solitary endeavor where you're not going to be doing work for other people. You're not going to be doing the work of others. You're going to be doing your work for others. Okay? So that, like, if you just read that sentence, like working for others, that could be interpreted as like, I work for the collective. I work for the community. My work is for them. Or like, I work for this person. Like, I'm obligated to work for them, or I do the work for them. You can't do the work for other people, but you can do your work, and that work can be for other people. So there's something with like wording, again, with documentation. Maybe there was some sort of contract that was signed, that there was like a fine print or some sort of verbal contract that was like worded, and there's like a manipulation. There was some sort of tactic or manipulation there that got you into, this is very specific. But I feel like this, if you're looking for love, I don't feel like you even really had room for love with everything that was going on, but now you've done the work to make room for love, the agape love. The agape, that agape love, for agape love. Once you made space for agape love, then your divine counterpart can come in. Because you made the space for it. The devil, yeah, there's the devil. Capricorn energy. But I think because of what we were just talking about, Leo, I feel like it's more that there is a devil energy that you've conquered. Yeah, the devil is standing on, I don't know what card they're standing on. Maybe the World. So it's like there's movement forward. There's leaving something behind. The world isn't ending. It's kind of like a tower moment, but it's a tower moment that you've designed as the magician. You've designed this tower. You've designed this ending. So it's not unexpected. It's like, oh yeah, I wanted this. Six of Wands is, you got sixes here. 6, 6. Maybe another one with the devil here. Because the devil is, tries to mock the Holy Trinity with that 666, which is 999, right? Depending on how you look at it. 9 is independence. 6 is agape love. It's the merging. It's the breaking free from. 6 of Wands is self-recognition. Self-recognition could be fame. Leave it! Or just fucking ignore me. These dogs. They've been so cooped up with my work schedule that I'm just like, yeah. Poor things. But I may pause this and bring them inside. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, and then we have the Three of Wands here. The Three of Wands is, and see, with that Six of Pentacles, I was getting the Three of Pentacles, and with the Six of Wands, we're getting the Three of Wands. So this is like, it's take a little trip, take a little trip with me. Yeah. And there's the take a little trip. So there's a lot of T's in there, lots of T's, the alliterations again. You're seeing, I mean, when we're on our divine path, we see signs, synchronicities, patterns, right? Alliterations are a part of that. You might be seeing the same name, same number, hear the same song, same confirmation. It's like you're constantly seeing that everywhere, right? You might be getting the same cards from all the readings that you're listening to. Like it's, if you're doing readings for yourself, you might just be seeing these images or things frequently that are like signs to move forward on your path. All right. Two of Wands is the decision. Three of Wands is that first step. It's like, okay, it's the planning and prep phase as well, but it comes before the four, if my numbers, if my schooling serves me. Three comes before four, which is the Four of Wands, which is that union, right? It's coming into union with the person in a marriage. All right, we got the Sun, King of Wands, High Priestess. Pisces energy, someone who's mysterious, but not avoidant or withholding. Just someone who's like an enigma. You might be an enigma to this person if you're the feminine. But the High Priestess is intuition. Yeah, like I'm trying to find love here, but I don't feel like that's even really on the table. Literally, I don't see it on the table. There's no cups here. This is all like work and endings and reservations? Maybe something with reservation. But I was going to say self-revelations. King of Wands, that's someone who goes after what they want, right? And more entrepreneurship energy. So yeah, I feel like you're doing something that is just for you. And in that, of course, you're going to attract your person, but I just don't see like the immediate need for external love. It's more about your internal love and filling yourself up, but not even in like the I don't see cups. Like there's a lot of movement here, but the movement is for you now and not for everyone else. And so it's very fulfilling, and especially to your fire energy, it's really igniting you. Like maybe you were kind of, your fire felt really dimmed for a while, and so now it's kind of it's pumping up. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stomping. But I do feel like when you come into connection, now that you feel lighter and freer, and you are like a page, even though you're the Emperor and the King of Wands, there is something very new about it with the Three of Wands. There is sort of this, because it's new, it's for you, right? It's the first time, I think, in maybe your life that you are just focusing on you. And so in that, you're going to find a sort of freedom and a sort of playfulness that you haven't experienced before, because you were burdened down and weighed down and, stunted from your own growth and from your fire. You weren't able to burn as brightly as you needed to. Now you can burn as brightly as you want. So I feel like that is you going to be living in your truth and representing your truth. And people are going to be very attracted to that, Leo. People are going to see that and be like, wow, maybe people who knew you before are going to be like, I didn't realize Leo was so silly or playful or light, because they were so heavy. Like maybe you had a very heavy energy. I mean, it could literally be like a weight loss thing. Or if you're moving with that 3 of Wands, you could be, shedding tangible weight of things around you, decluttering, right? Clearing space. But whenever you, people can see that. If you feel the weight of the world, people can see it, right? And I feel like you're going to be like, for lack of better term, it's going to be a true glow up, because I feel like you're going to be glowing, right? With the sun there, could be a pregnancy involved. But there's something very glowy about you, something very powerful. And again, like people can see that you're the master of your universe, but you don't need to do it for other people. I feel like you're doing it for yourself. Because when you try to maybe put on a face that you had it together, or that you were a boss, or that you were badass, or whatever, like maybe you were putting on a front, but you were really struggling. I feel like there was a lot of struggle with that 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Like there's a lot of deceit, a lot of deception. It's the same thing. Disappointment. That's the other D word I was looking for. There's a lot of that like heavy disappointment. So I feel like you had expectations. You held up your end of the bargain, and it was not held up on the other end. It was not reciprocated. And so that's just very draining. And you could see it, you could feel it, and other people could see it and feel it from you. So this feels very good and powerful for just you, Leo. And anyone who comes into your space. What am I doing? What is wrong with me? Anyone that comes into your energy is going to match you on that frequency. Gosh. Anyway, that reminds me about a childhood Leo friend. Like, we can never be serious in the same space. And if there was a serious environment that we were in, we could not look at each other, because we were going to crack up, because we would just get silly. And then you're laughing because you're not supposed to laugh. So I get that. I also get like the sleepy sillies. Do you ever get that? Where if I'm just tired, then I could get kind of ridiculous and I can't stop laughing. And I'm pretty tired right now, so it could be a number of things going on, but I am a Leo rising, so maybe there's some sort of correlation there. All right, Leo, this looks really good. I hope there was something in here for you, and until next time, I wish you well. Jam. Pump up the jam. Hey, Virgo. How are you doing? Let's find out. Maybe you have a Leo placement, but I just did a Leo reading, and it's pretty fun. Pretty fun over there. Got a little silly. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is, and maybe you're an August Virgo with the 8, or maybe you have 8 in your birthday. Maybe your life path number 8. But 8 is the number of cycles and doing something against the grain, doing something unprecedented. These started out as love readings, and the last couple have been more about the individual. So we'll see. We have the Ace of Wands. This is fast communication, new inspiration, passion. Could be in romance, could be in your individual life. We have the Sun, so yeah, Leo energy. You're dealing with Leo energy. Could be a child involved with this Ace of Wands, right? She's got this little bean right here, and the Sun is the child. It's the divine creation, right? Which can be a literal baby, or it can be a project. Queen of Swords. Okay. See, I get this like Queen or like this Empress energy from this Ace of Wands. So this Queen of Swords is so fearful though. She's crying. She got a tear. She's got a veil. Like she's not fully seeing something. She's also like mourning something. and she's cutting something out with blood. So there could be some sort of cycle that is cutting out with the Sun and the Child there. Could have been a loss, miscarriage, ectopic, D&C, something with that could be. That's very specific. So I send you my warmth and condolences if that's the case. That is not it's not an experience I would wish on anybody. 7 of Wands. Damn, a lot of wands, a lot of fire here. What are you working on, Virgo? It's like you're charging up. Your 7 of Wands is, yeah, it's like it's fighting off all of this. This could also be fighting self-worth. There could be self-doubt. Like, this feels like a lot of good energy here, but this Queen of Swords made me kind of dip into a sort of challenged energy here. Like maybe you want a baby, maybe you want a family, you want to build that. And this Queen of Swords could be a fear, like maybe it's not going to happen for me. Maybe I'm not going to find my person. 6 of Wands is self-worth and recognition. So to be in the 7 of Wands, this person is fighting these other 6 wands. I hope you guys can see that because it's pretty bright coming in that window. Could be dealing with some kind of illness with the wands. Scorpio, death with the grief. You could be grieving some kind of loss. Could be an idea of your self-concept that you're fighting. We have the 5 of Swords. So there's a blockage here. Like there's some sort of blockage, some sort of disagreement, some sort of like, I get kiss my ass, some sort of aggressive, because they're little booty. Look at their little booty cheeks. They're so cute. But there's some sort of like a connection that just was like a constant fight, it feels like. And somebody had to walk away from that. The Sun is rebirth, right? So this could be your own, like maybe you had to go through your own personal death to release something. Maybe it feels like a death, could be a divorce, or, you know, long-term relationship, could be blood relation, because also something with the blood. I am getting like some illness here. So, you know, I'm not here to give any sort of medical advice or anything, but, you know, maybe sit with yourself, ask your body what it's doing. If you go to the doctor, maybe get a checkup or something. Blood is also, you know, something that can be purified. You could be breaking out of a cycle with that 8 of Wands, breaking a family cycle, family curse, something with the mother, because we've got the maternal figures here. But yeah, there's take care of yourself. We have Judgment. Yeah, somebody's judgment is due. Now that could be yours, right? Judgment Day isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's karmic retribution, karmic balancing, something with Libra. Could be a Libra cusp, could be dealing with Libra, could have a Libra placement. Karmic cycle with the 8 and Judgment, it's like coming into this place of Empress energy with this Ace of Wands, of nurturing yourself, admitting to yourself. Also, this is a little pea pod, and she has butterfly wings, so it does kind of look like a chrysalis and the emergence. So there's that death and rebirth again. anytime that we disconnect from somebody or we start something new for ourselves, we break a cycle, there's always a sense of, a very real sense of grievance. We have to go through a grieving process to release what is no longer. And that's a past version of ourselves that was that were tied into whatever that was, whether it be a job, a relationship, a connection, a family connection. There's an old idea, right? Because if you're in a non-reciprocal situation, an unfulfilling situation, whether it be work or relationships, platonic or romantic, the reason that you're so attached is you're actually attached to a version of yourself, which is imaginary because it's non-reciprocal. So it's just you putting your own expectations and imaginations on a situation, right? Like if you maybe you fall for potential, or you're like a fixer, you have a fixer mentality. You're like, I'll get in here, and if Virgo's going to fix something, they're going to fucking fix it, right? Dag nabbit. But you could be have that fixer mentality, and you fall for potential of a situation, of what could be. And when you're doing that, you're actually just falling for the potential of what you would do if you were in their shoes, or if you were the boss of that company or whatever it is. Like if you had control, but Virgos often struggle with they're challenged with relinquishing the idea of control, because there's no such thing. So that judgment could be you going, you know what? I cannot stay in this cycle because I'm unable to break out of this chrysalis. I'm unable to be reborn. I'm unable to fly. I feel trapped. I'm trapped. I mean, it's like claustrophobic to be in that little fucking thing, and you've had to like break down into goo. Something broke you completely down, and it is going to be the thing that is part of your creation into this beautiful free butterfly that is able to move and migrate and be able to like you can pollinate, right? You can do the work of pollinating and helping things grow and change and evolve, and you can contribute to the beauty of a garden, but only when the flower is open. It's like you've been trying to pollinate closed flowers. You've been trying to help a garden grow that didn't want to grow. You know, it was like sterile seeds. And so something with sterility as well. Maybe you wanted, maybe you have fertility issues, or your partner had fertility issues, and you want to grow, you want to build, and you want to expand. And the fertility issues, again, they could be literal with the physical body, with biological procreation and creation, or they were just like emotionally stunted. They were energetically infertile, right? So however that works for you, because there's a whole bunch of people here. Five of Wands. Five of Wands is disagreements, not being on the same page as others. You can't do the work for them. Yeah, you might have tried to help somebody. Maybe this was you fighting for somebody else's self-worth, their concept of self-worth, and they always came to you to like fill them up, to fight for their worth and tell them how awesome they were. And you were like, maybe you were dealing with a Leo, because they like to know how awesome they are. In their shadow aspect, they're quite toxic, right? I mean, anyone in their shadow aspect is quite toxic and quite toxic. Something with the coccyx, maybe lower back pain. Coccyx is also sexual, sacral energy, reproductive energy. It's scorpionic energy. So a death tower, those need to occur in order to, Plutonian energy is all about death and rebirth. So the sacral chakra is something maybe you need to work on opening, maybe doing like child's pose, happy baby, right? So you need to nurture and be playful with your sacral chakra, with your divine inner child energy, and like tap into that. So maybe those are just some tips for you. And then the Queen of Pentacles. This is your energy, Virgo. This is you with the Sun and the Queen of Swords. So yeah, it's like you have to cut something out, but there is a fear and a grief. Anytime you cut somebody out, you know, there's a grief that comes with it. And that grief is going to be determined and influenced by what you're cutting out. It's very tough. And I've gotten this same energy from you for a while. So this could be in the past, but you know, the Virgo collective could just have been struggling with cutting this out. They know they need to cut it out. They know it's cut it out or whatever. They know it needs to happen. It's just they've been waiting. They've been fighting against themselves. It's like, maybe if I do a little bit more, maybe if I give a little bit more, because Virgos are, they do have a sort of perfectionist, controlling thing. Like, no, I can get it. I can do it. I just have to do this. I just have to do a little bit more. And so there's like an idea of like a fear, an intense, overwhelming fear of failure if you don't complete this task. Like you don't like things to be uncompleted. But this is like, you know what? You're the task, Virgo. You're the task here that needs to be completed. You can't complete anybody else's task. You can't do the work for them. You can only work on yourself. It's a lost cause. Could be dealing with an Aries. Could be some kind of Aries energy there that is influencing the fact that you've been so blocked with this. 10 of Wands. Yeah, Leo was getting that. They got 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords. And we've got the 9 of Swords here. So what's the advice when you have 9 of Swords? 10 of Swords. If you got 5 swords, round it up, right? Just like simple math. If you got 5 swords or more, round it up. 10 of Swords. Bring it to an ending. Stop wasting your words. Stop wasting your thoughts. Stop wasting your sleep, your peace of mind on this energy. Stop burdening yourself with doing the work for other people. Stop trying to give other people their power, because it's like you can tell somebody you're amazing, you're beautiful, you could do this, you could do that, you have so much potential, but they don't see it. See these people here? It's like they're having a polite disagreement, but 5 of Wands is usually a lot more tumultuous. There's a lot more confrontation, but this deck is quite peaceful. I do like it. So it is kind of, I get more of like a agree to disagree here. This person's got like, they're like, look, this is how I like my wands. This is what I'm passionate about. Crazy something. Like you might have been with somebody who wanted a different type of relationship. Or this could be at work, right? People work differently than you. Most people do work differently than a Virgo. And then we have these straight wands here, the straight broom, the straw, the last straw, the straw that broke the camel's back. I feel like this is finally coming to a completion, Virgo, and that makes me very happy for you, because I've been dealing with this. I've been feeling that you've been dealing with this energy for a long time. Whether it be work, family, romantic, you've just been giving all you got, and it's not working. 7 of Cups, High Priestess. Keep dealing with the Pisces. When are you not dealing with the Pisces in some capacity? but you know, High Priestess is tapping into your intuition. 7 of Cups is like, you have other opportunities. Maybe you feel like you weren't good enough, or like this is the best that you deserve. Fuck that, Virgo. You are amazing. Look at you. You're abundant. You're beautiful. You got the sun. You're creative. You're intelligent. You've got this fertility in you. This need to grow, and this ability to grow and pollinate this garden. And you're tapped into source. You're so maybe you're mysterious to these people or these entities. Like, they're never going to understand you. They can't even touch the information that you have access to, right? And that's okay, right? That doesn't mean that they're bad. That just means that they're not aligned with you. And with the Seven of Cups, I feel like you have so many more opportunities. So many people are watching you, and there are probably people that are like, if it's a romantic connection, they're probably like, why is Virgo even dealing with that person? Like, they're so much better than that. And maybe they've told you this, or maybe they're just thinking it, but it's like you're worth so much more than that. So there's a need to just fill your own self-worth, live up to your own potential. And that's the only potential that we are obligated to fall for. It's our own potential. One day or day one, you decide, Virgo. I got little stickers here with slogans, and that's the one that I saw for you. This little dream catcher, which a Virgo gave to me. Gave me these little stickers. And I just think they're so cute. So yeah, one day or day one, you decide. And then there's a plane as confirmation. That for me is a confirmation of Pisces energy, which is seeing things in a new way, flipping the script, doing your own thing, being the weirdo who gives a fuck, and moving forward in divine sight with that High Priestess. And the plane with Pisces energy as your polarity sign, Pisces is telling you, follow your intuition. Listen to what you have seen here, because you've already seen it here, but you've been like, no, it needs to make sense here. You guys are always, you're the why kids. I need to know why. You'll never know why for somebody else, okay? If it's not aligned with your why, then all you need to know is like, how do I get out of this? That's the only thing that matters at that point. Yeah, we got the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, Jesus, and the Tower. This is coming in for you. So just be prepared. It's happening for you because you need to get moving out of this energy. This energy that you're in, if you resonate with this and you're in this heavy energy of giving to others, you need out of that. You need the 10 of Wands. You need the 10 of Swords. You need to get out of it. Move the fuck out. Could be moving out of a connection, out of a literal space, a mindset, but there's need for movement, and it's and yeah. One day or day one, you decide. I love that for you, Virgo. I hope that there was something in here for you, and until next time, I wish you well. Scorpio, Libra, scratch that. It's in the right timestamp, but maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio, or you have a Scorpio placement, or you're a Scorpio cusper, or maybe I'm just looking in the wrong spot. But let's see what's going on with you, Libra. We have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior and the masculine energy here. This is somebody who is exhausted, and Scorpio is is ending, right? And that's 13, 4. 4 and 9 is 13, which is back to 4. So maybe something with the number 4 is important. Maybe you're wanting love and you're waiting for your love. We have the King of Pentacles in the feminine. That's Taurus energy. Or it could be any earth sign. Could be anybody who's coming in a stable, balanced way that's offering health, wealth. Like someone who's going to make you feel... they're going to feed into you. Right? They're going to feed into you. They're going to... maybe something with food. Like they're going to help... You're going to make meals together. You're going to be nourishing each other. Truly nourishing for each other. Because pentacles are health and wealth. Right? So they're going to offer balanced finances. Right? This is someone who saves. This is someone who is stable. They're not extravagant and like all, but they like nice things and they like comfort and stability. So they'd rather save money for the thing that they actually want than just be frivolous and careless. This is someone who's stable, slow and steady. 10 of Cups. Yeah, this is a very abundant, balanced, growth-focused, long-term focused connection. This is, someone has the long game. Excuse me. I think she's a Libra. Dakota Johnson. She's in that movie, The High Note. And there's something about the long con. But that's just a cute romantic comedy. The High Note with Dakota Johnson. I believe she's a Libra. But there's something with like singing, partnership. And I feel like you both will help each other grow, right? This isn't necessarily like a sugar daddy, sugar mama situation. This is somebody with the Hierophant, so more Taurus energy. This is someone who is there's a balance between the 5D and the 3D. All right. The Hierophant is originally the high priest, right? And so it's a spiritual leader. It's somebody who has lessons from the 5D that they translate into the 3D. So this is someone who's very good at communicating. And we're getting these masculine energies in the feminine placements. So, which Libra, even if you are the feminine or if you are female, you are a masculine sign, right? You are cardinal air, which is fire and air. So your person could have earth, which is feminine, right? They could be, with the 10 of Cups, they could be water, right? So it could be a masculine or a male, but they could have that. Or you could be the male as the divine feminine, female as the divine masculine, right? There could be, because it's all energy and elements and however you interpret masculine and feminine energy. So you know which one you are. Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So yeah, see, even this is the masculine sign. You could be dealing with a masculine element leading feminine. I think I said that right. You could be dealing with a fire sign that's the feminine, right? Or someone who's a cardinal sign that's the feminine. So there's this person could work a lot, be a very busybody, right? But there's a focus and a groundedness to this person, right? Could be Capricorn because we got cardinal with the Queen of Wands. Could be a cardinal earth sign, or it could be a fixed fire sign, Leo, right? We got the Hierophant for Taurus. Page of Cups, Nine of Wands. Yeah, so the major arcana here is the Hierophant. But what it is it's something that's traditional. It's something that's grounded, but it's I feel like you're going to do big work together. We have the Page of Cups. So it's totally new. This is kind of brand new. Knight of Wands. Now, Knight of Wands can be kind of fast moving energy that just comes in and out here for a good time, not a long time. But because it's here with all of this stable energy and this long-term energy, this is someone who's going to be very passionate, right? And you guys like that, Libra. You guys are little freaks. So this person, I feel like they're going to have all of that to offer you. There's going to be a lot of passion, playfulness, laughter. You're going to work hard and you're going to play hard, right? You're going to have, I was going to say your cake and eat it too. You're going to have your home and you're going to have your travel RV or whatever. You're going to have the options to you're going to be so free in this stable environment, right? Which is what that traditional balance of masculine and feminine offers, because then you can really settle into your truth as the divine masculine, divine feminine, because you've got someone else there to help compensate for the stuff that we're not meant to do it all. We're meant to be collectives and connected with others and co-create. And so when we have to do it all alone, if you're independent, hyper independent possibly, that's not a healthy place to be. It's not a balanced place to be for long term, right? There are times in relationships where we're going to have to maybe pick up more of one of the other, like more of one side of the spectrum, right? Like the feminine may need to get more into masculine energy because, you know, one of you loses a job or one of you gets sick or something like that. There's always times to shift in and out of that, or you go through loss. So one of you needs to get more into a feminine nurturing energy of grief and rest, right? So there's always those compensations, but you can have them and you can seamlessly move through them once you're in a place with someone that you know you can rely on to help accommodate that. When you're doing it all by yourself, it becomes exhausting. It becomes this Nine of Wands, this wounded warrior, this exhausted energy. This is but see how stern. There's like a stern stoicism, solid presence to this very fast moving energy. So it's like they can sort of be a shapeshifter energetically. They're very grounded, but they've got that fire. You know, they got that fire. And then we got the Page of Cups again. Page of Cups twice. So I feel like you both are new to love. Maybe you both are hyper independent and you just are like allowing someone else to come in and give you words of affirmation and you know, do acts of service and you know, hold your hand or give you a hug. It's like you know, or spend quality time with you. Like those are things that you've wanted the love languages, you have this to give, but it's just you've never had it reciprocated. But that's what this 10 of Cups is. So it's like you're both going to just kind of figure it out together. And then we've got the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is rest. So that's what I was getting at. It's like you both, I feel, are very much in an active masculine energy where with all these wands, but once you come together, it's like, oh, we can rest. We can be at peace. It's like you've been working your whole life and maybe struggling and not knowing what this is for and what these trials and tribulations have been for, but it's for the Four of Swords, which with the wands, that kind of gives me, also that's like balanced communication with each other. I feel like you guys are going to be like, go on long walks together, maybe around your property, maybe around the neighborhood, maybe you're going to go to the beach, you're going to take day trips. It's a very sweet and patient and childlike love where you just enjoy each other's company. And because you enjoy each other's company, and you both have a lot of love to give and a lot of ways to show it, because your communication is key. And I think that you communicate your love very well in multiple ways. Like if somebody else is, maybe in other relationships, you've been with people who had a different love language than you, and you've been able to offer them their love language, but it's like you've never had anybody speak yours quite proficiently. And this person is going to be the same as you, so they're going to be able to speak it very well, and therefore you both will just reciprocate it because you like each other's company, you know? So it's like, okay, I just enjoy your company and I want to make you happy and you make me happy, so let's just keep making each other happy. So believe you can, and you're halfway there. So believe that this is coming in for you. Believe that you've earned this, so to speak, that you are worthy of this, that you're deserving of this, and look at the stars instead of the darkness. So look on the brighter side. You know, if you're having any doubts, just reaffirm yourself. And if the Four of Swords is what you want that balanced energy of communication, of rest, that yin, nurturing, safe space, then meditation is always the recommendation. That's what Four of Swords is. You need to rest, You need to sit in that space. And when you're in that space, focus on your person, right? Focus on your own truth and what you want from another person, and really feel it, envision somebody doing for you what you do for others, and you'll call it in, right? Hold it as a frequency. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully there was something in here for you, Libra. And until next time, I wish you well. Now Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. I called Libra Scorpio because I have my start times over here for when each sign is coming in, and you were next. And anyway, I can't read. What is that? 51st dates. Maybe doing with a Virgo. Adam Sandler is a Virgo. Page of Pentacles. So yeah, could be an earth sign that you're dealing with. Page of Pentacles is a new offer of a gift. All right, you could be receiving a gift or giving a gift. Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this is going to be helping. This is like a helping hand. Somebody's going to be offering you something solid, like, hey, let's work together. Let's collaborate on something. And this is that's with the twin flame journey, with the divine union. That's the divine masculine, divine feminine, divine creation. So it's like you help each other compensate for your, I don't want to say shortcomings. I mean, maybe you're a petite person, Scorpio. But it is kind of like wherever you feel like whatever's not your strongest suit. And if you're thinking about like cartomancy, your strongest suit would be your strongest element, right? Maybe you are the divine alchemist, you are the magician, you know how to wield certain things, but maybe you're just better at one thing. This reminds me of like kids. If you have ever been around, if you've ever been, maybe you're a teacher, you've worked in a daycare, you have children. It's like if you watch kids, if you just put kids in a room with some toys and things to do, they have to build something, like they're building blocks or something, they'll be like, oh, you have that, you're better at this, you're taller than I am, so you can reach this, or you're faster than I am. Like, kids just know all of that, and they can work really well together because there's not competition involved. There's no competition in this connection. It's going to be like children playing in a way that's like, oh, you're a better drawer than I am, but you're a better singer than I am, so I'll make the album cover and you can be the front man. It's like when you're figuring out who's going to be bandmates, it's like you're better at the guitar, I'll take the drums. It's just, and you're going to make music together. Maybe you will literally be making music together with this person or with these people, right? Because this could be in love, but this could be in friendships with Three of Pentacles. But it's going to be very balanced, and it's not going to be competitive or anything like that. Yeah, we have the Two of Cups. So this is the partnership. This is the exchange, the agreement to love and receive love. Give love and receive love. That reminds me of Friends when Joey is writing the vows, or not the vows, his best man speech for Chandler and Monica's wedding. It's like whenever you have to write an essay that's 1,000 words or something, you just kind of reword each sentence so you can fill up that thing. But it's like, it's just having and receiving and giving and sharing. And he just keeps rewording the same 4 words or whatever as his speech. I don't know. That just reminded me of that. Maybe that's means something to you, or is just gives you a laugh. But we have the Six of Cups. 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups. This is playing together. This is creating something together. And they're on a stage here. They're putting on a puppet show, right? I used to do those a lot with my sister when I was a kid. We would do them for like the family, and it was always fun. It was very encouraging. But there's something about putting on a performance, but I don't feel like it's a fake performance or anything. I feel like it's just to entertain. So I think that you and your person are going to be maybe doing something in the entertainment field, or maybe people will just be watching you. This could be like game night, you know, that reminds me of like game night. Maybe you guys just work so well together and you have this playful banter that people are entertained by because it's very cute and you guys are, it's all out of love. There's no competition. And so I think that you're going to be the type of couple that people look up to as like, I want to be like that. I want to find someone that makes me feel like that or play like that or laugh like that or, you know, so I think they're going to look at you like that in a very fond way. But again, no jealousy. I don't see any jealousy or competitive nature or anything here. This is all very grounded and kind. It's very sweet. It's honest. We've got cups and pentacles. We have the high priestess here. To clarify, the king of pentacles. So yeah, it's very grounded energy, or a lot of earth energy, and then we've got the water over here. So it's feminine energy, which is you. You're fixed water, right? So that's earth and water. So it's going to be very aligned with you and nurturing, and it's going to feed your soul. It's going to feed your soul. Your soul is mine. Is that Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat. But there is no combat here. But I am getting like games. Maybe you're a gamer and you guys are going to kind of like, maybe that's how you'll meet. That's very specific, but you might meet on, what is that, like Discord or something online. And maybe you guys will meet that way, or it's just kind of like you have that banter. There's some sort of banter that you have. It's like playing the game. Maybe you guys kind of talk shit to each other, but it's in a very playful way. There's absolutely no competition. It's very cute. It's cute. I like it. High Priestess is, and the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess is someone who is tapped in their intuition. They lead by what they see in their third eye. They follow their gut. They follow the unseen. And then the King of Pentacles is like a very grounded, stable earth entity. So it's like one of you is very maybe pragmatic, and the other might be a little bit more kind of, what do I get? Like the fairy-like sort of, what's that movie? It's a very funny movie. Pixie Cactus. Oh my gosh. It's got Michael Cera in it. And it's Dream Cactus. It's a funny name like that. But they get this cactus and they go out and do peyote. So there's something about like the road trip, a desert. But like the High Priestess can be mysterious, right? So there's something about this feminine energy here that's sort of like, maybe with Libra, because I thought when I called Libra Scorpio in the last reading, I thought, well, maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio. So that is kind of a Libra energy of like, this person is sort of la, la, la. They're off in their own world. They're kind of doing their own thing. But they're very balanced and fair. They're not selfish. They're not taking from anybody else to do their own thing. They're not manipulating people, although like a shadow aspect of Libra is that they can be manipulative. Any shadow aspect can be manipulative just by the right of the fact that they are self-deceptive and they don't know. But that is one of the greater common shadow challenges for Libra. But I don't feel that from this person. No, I don't feel that from this person. I feel like they just have learned through years of not receiving the type of love that makes them feel safe, that they would just make themselves feel safe. And I think they got very comfortable in their own world. We have the Nine of Pentacles, which is independent energy. Yeah, I think that you guys are going to have kind of like a very good balanced separate togetherness. Maybe you do a lot together, but I think you also have your own things that you do. You don't pressure each other. If you need your own time, it's like you just kind of feel it. You flow really well together because you've been independent and you just know how you work. So there's no insecurity or codependency or attachment to the idea of, there's no fear, like if they leave the room, like, are they mad at me? Or It's just like, okay, they're going to do their thing. It's like, you know that you're choosing each other. Maybe with the Two of Cups, it's a different type of connection. It's not necessarily the Four of Wands, which is more like a marriage, or like the Hierophant would be like a marriage, more traditional. This might be a kind of unconventional sort of connection, which I believe Goldie Hawn is a Scorpio, and she, with the High Priestess here, Kurt Russell, I almost said Douglas, Kurt Russell is a Pisces, and they have just chosen to be together and not get married for, I don't know, like a billion years. You know, they're like blended families, and yeah, like they've just chosen to be together. They choose each other, and so there's like a confidence that, or an assurance, and they've been married before. So maybe you guys have been married before, because this High Priestess, I burned her with Sage, this card, and she's kind of like blocking up her heart chakra. But I don't get that that's with you, or if that High Priestess is you, Scorpio. I don't feel like you're opposed to love. It's just that you don't want to do things necessarily and the other opposing or polarity, masculine energy, major arcana for the High Priestess is the High Priest, which is the Hierophant, which is that more like traditional thing. So maybe they're just like, I just want to be with someone who chooses me. And in that, there's a comfort, there's a assurance that, you know, you're not going anywhere. Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is very balanced. It's a very balanced cycle. Because 8 is the number of cycles. 8 can be leaving something else, right? But you leave something else to find the 8 of Cups, right? You leave the miscommunications. You leave all the things that are not fulfilling of the 7 of Cups, right? To find the 8 of Cups, which is, it's the pursuit of happiness. It's the pursuit of balance. It's the pursuit of reciprocation, right? You give to each other. Queen of Wands. Could be dealing with a fire sign with the feminine here. Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. That's to clarify that. So there's like this, yeah, I feel like this kind of like fiery, fun energy from the feminine, and the masculine sort of just like lets her be. And maybe she's been burned in the past because people tried to snuff out her fire. People tried to tell her that she was too much, or like she needed to not do what she was doing, or they were embarrassed by how free or silly or whatever she was. And that could be, that could be the masculine as well. Like, could be a male or something, but she, as the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess, is a feminine energy, right? So I feel like the feminine is someone who was just, their light was, like those little candle snuffers. They were just like, and that reminds me of the song by Elton John, Candle in the Wind, For Princess Di, where it was like you were a candle in the wind, and like you weren't appreciated in your time by the people that you were around. And so it's like this masculine is like not going anywhere. This is their person, and they're gonna just hold it down. So one of you is more pragmatic. There's some Taurus energy there with that High Priestess and the King of Pentacles. We got the bulls back here. So, and yeah, that's your polarity sign. Scorpio is Taurus. So there's something very balancing about you two. You're very different, but you're very much alike in all the ways that make for a balanced and long-term satiating. I get satiating. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of passion. There's going to be a lot of emotion. It's going to be all the love language. It's going to be all the good stuff. Because there's no pressure for you to change. Neither one of you want to change the other. You just want to let each other be. And when you can be, you're free to be. And when you're around people that make you feel that way, like let you know that it's okay to just be who you are, yeah, you keep choosing them. You don't need to hold them, right? You don't need to attach to them. You don't need to control them. You just want to choose them, right? Because that feels good. And that's what you deserve. So good. I like this for you, Scorpio. I hope there was something in here for you. And until next time, I wish you well. Sagittarius. Your time start was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So big sequence for you. What's going on? Knight of Swords, fast communication, someone willing to fight for communication. Could be that it's in the masculine, so whether you're the masculine or the feminine, only you know. Oh, and then we have the Knight of Wands. This is passionate communication, inspiring communication. This is very much your energy, Sagittarius. This is like exciting, new, fast-moving energy. Coming from both sides. You both have, like, you're both on the same page. 10 of Pentacles. This is long term. Oh, hold on. Okay, let one of my dogs back in. She was sunbathing. 10 of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, again, you guys balance each other out. You're exactly what the other person's been wanting and waiting for. And it's like you guys are going to kind of move in sync with each other. With this 2 of Pentacles, you're going to balance each other out very well. This is masculine energy here with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Swords and wands, fire and air, are masculine elements. But then we have all this feminine balance energy of the 10 of Pentacles. It's like because you both meet each other on the same wavelength, you're able to just relax and feel stable and secure. Maybe, Sagittarius, maybe you were always with people who had a totally different type of energy. Maybe you were with earth signs or water signs and it didn't work. So maybe getting with another fire sign or an air sign is going to, or just someone who's in those energies, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be that element, but elementally, energetically speaking, if they were just, you might have been attracted to the fact that they were an earth sign and you really wanted to feel stable, and so you thought, well, maybe I'll just go with someone with this earthy energy because that's what I want. But because you were too different, you were two opposing ideas of what stability meant. Maybe you find stability in traveling, right? So maybe you're going to meet somebody, maybe you're like a flight attendant, or you want to travel, or you travel for business, or maybe you're retired or you want to retire, and so you want to be with someone who wants to work, build that bank account so that you can retire early and go travel around recreationally, right? For pleasure, right? So you're finding your match, someone who, with a match, maybe you're going to be with another fire sign, or someone who, maybe they're another Sagittarius, or someone who has a Sagittarius placement, right? With the Knight of Swords, we've got air, right? So Sagittarius and Aquarius have similar traits, desires, and things, and it's like I think you're just getting with someone who is going to be compatible with you. Sometimes opposites attract, but sometimes opposites are too opposite. If it's you can be opposite at your core. You can be opposite in like other interests, because that can kind of help challenge you to try new things, and you can explore different areas maybe you hadn't thought of before. But if you're different at your core, if you're opposite at your core, what you really want, maybe you don't want to like be in one place. Most Sagittarians that I've met don't, right? And so it's like maybe you're trying to force something with someone who you just weren't compatible with. So instead, you're going to find someone who's on the same wavelength as you. And maybe you felt like kind of shame about that with other people, because they were like, you're not giving to me, you're not doing for me. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, but I need something else. And maybe you felt shame for the things that you liked or didn't like, or what interested you, didn't interest you, right? There's something about the way that you moved that I think you maybe felt some shame about, or guilt or regret, like shoulda, coulda, woulda. Wipe that shit from your mind, Sagittarius. Like, what's not for you is not for you. This person is for you, right? What you like and what you don't like is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with you for wanting to travel. There's nothing wrong with you for wanting, maybe you were with people, you wanted like a long-term connection. I just got done talking to Scorpio about this. You could be closer to Scorpio season, Scorpio cusp, dealing with a Scorpio. But it's like, you could have been with people who were, like they wanted to get married, have kids and do this. And you're like, I don't really want to do that, but I want to be with somebody long-term. But you don't necessarily want to do the legal binding contracts of a marriage. Maybe you've done that before and it just didn't work. Maybe you do or don't want kids and the last person you were with did or didn't want kids in opposition to what you wanted, So yeah, there could be kids involved because we've got the 10 of Pentacles. That can be like bringing families together. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles is like, and this kind of looks like a marriage, like a secret marriage. It's like a secret ceremony, but this person's listening at the door with a glass jar, like you're kind of eavesdropping. It's like they're in a temple, so it's like maybe you were looking for divine, maybe while you were in these other relationships that were not balanced with the 7 of Swords, there was something that made you guarded. Maybe you dealt with someone who was guarded, someone who lied. Maybe you were kind of lying to yourself because you wanted to make it work. And if you did feel any sort of shame, then you maybe felt like, well, I'm the problem, so I need to change. I need to be different. I need to want different things. Like there's something wrong with me that I don't want to be married, or that I don't want to do whatever XYZ is that this other person does want. And it's almost like listening at the door, like waiting for a sign, asking for signs. Like if you're asking for signs about a connection while you're in that connection, that's your sign. The fact that you're asking is the sign. Because if you're in something where you feel safe, you feel secure, you feel loved, you're not going to ask for signs. You're not going to be like, am I in the right place? Should I stay? Should I go? No, because if you're asking that, then that's your answer. The answer's in the question. And so that's kind of like what I get with the last connection that you were with. Or maybe a number of connections that you were with. Or maybe a current connection that you're with. But you got to get out of that in order to welcome in something new. Yeah, we have Death, the Chariot, and Page of Swords. Page of Swords, somebody is watching. Could be that past person. Could be watching you, or you could be looking into the past, like maybe I should just go back. Maybe it would just be easier to go back to the devil I already know, right? Like better the devil you know. No, you don't need to be with the devil. You need to be with the divine, your divine counterpart. So there's a need to bring death into the equation. Like let sleeping dogs lie. Don't kick a dead horse. Maybe those, like there's no need to continue to, and this death is kind of in between the legs of this skeleton that's on the ground here. So maybe you were still sleeping with a past connection, or you were contemplating that. Best to let sleeping dogs lie, right? Let them sleep in the bed they made, right? Like maybe they ventured out of the connection and then they kind of put that on you. Like, well, you didn't give me what I wanted, so I had to go over here. As like, no, that's your responsibility. That's not my responsibility to keep you loyal. No, that's your responsibility. Parasite with this flea here. There could be some sort of, with this, I'm getting a lot of, with the Death, Pisces, could be some sort of sexually transmitted disease here, or sexually transmitted infection here, or some sort of, or yeah, you could have had children with this person, so now you have like a sacral connection to them forever, forever and ever. Or maybe you didn't want kids because you didn't want to be connected to this person, right? Maybe you were taking birth control, or maybe you were not having sex with this person because like you knew that they were trying to trap you. So there's a couple different specific situations that could apply. But the Chariot is following your heart. The Chariot is also like getting out of what does not serve you, leaving anything that does not serve your heart behind. Letting your heart lead the way. Because what you want is the Ten of Pentacles. What you want is someone who understands you. What you want is someone who balances you out. And what balances you out is not somebody who holds you down. It's someone who lets you run. And guess what? They're going to run right alongside you with this Chariot here. So I get freedom, I get travel. Page of Swords. The masculine could already have eyes on the feminine here and be watching them and trying to figure out how to approach them. King of Pentacles. Could be dealing with an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Ten of Wands. Yeah, getting out of something. Somebody is waiting. One of you could be getting out of a connection. It was in the feminine side, so the feminine could be getting out of a connection, and the masculine could be waiting and watching for them to get out of that before they come in. Right, because you don't want to get into something if you don't want any third parties with that Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you don't want anything to be in the way. Take your dreams seriously. So listen to your dreams. If you're having trouble with your sleep or you're having trouble with dreams, remembering your dreams, maybe keep a dream journal, or set a dream intention before you go to sleep. Maybe you need a brain dump. So write down everything that you're thinking before you go to sleep so you're not thinking about it, right? So something with like journaling, dreams, paying attention to your dreams. And if you don't remember your dreams exactly, you can just start for a dream journaling. When you wake up, you're like, I don't remember my dream. I just feel icky. I just feel excited. I feel aroused. Whatever you're feeling, write it down as just like, I woke at this time and felt this, right? I felt angry. And if you don't know emotionally, if you have trouble conveying your emotions or putting them into words, you can always just say what you feel physically. I feel groggy. I feel puffy. I feel energized. My right hip was hurting. My left arm was asleep, right? You can put down like physical things and you'll just notice patterns in them. And then as you pay attention to what's going on in your daily life, then it will just you'll start to draw parallels, right? And that takes time. So, I don't know, but love takes time. So if you're wanting love, you don't want it to be fast, right? You don't want it to be fast just for the sake of being fast. Maybe you want something that's mobile and active, but you don't want it to just be like in and out, you know? You want something that is going to be here, that's going to be able to have like endurance. So yeah, hopefully there was something in here for you, Sagittarius. Until next time, I wish you well. Capricorn, hello. How are you doing? Justice. Maybe you're getting justice. Maybe something's coming together for you. Something's working out in your favor. Could be dealing with a Libra. Ace of Pentacles. Maybe you're the year of the dragon. This is like protecting, justice, protection. This is like divine justice, divine protection, angelic support. With the Pentacle, Ace of Pentacles here. That could be a gift that you're receiving, some sort of financial gift. Maybe you're getting out of something. The scales are coming into balance. So it could be a kind of payout. We have the Ace of Wands here. So yeah, something that you've manifested. Something you've been, I think, focused for a long time on calling in. Eight of Cups. It's because you've walked away from something that did not serve you emotionally, that did not bring you any sort of inspiration. Maybe you started to dread going to work. Maybe you started to dread going home if you were in a connection. You just didn't enjoy it. It didn't bring you balance. It made you feel disrupted. It made you feel insecure, underappreciated. And so it's you taking the initiative, the divine initiative to move forward. And to not take it personally. I feel like maybe you did take it personally for a while, and then there was something that came into balance where you went, oh, and that could be that angelic support. Maybe you got some sort of revelation, some sort of confirmation that you aren't crazy, stupid, ugly, worthless, whatever ugly nonsense was going around in your head or was getting directly fed to you from this connection. Six of Pentacles is co-creation with the Magician here. You're coming into connection with a fellow magician, a divine alchemist, which means that's the Emperor and Empress coming together. That's two individuals who have done the work. Two of Swords. Yeah, there's a fork in the road. You've been wanting this fork in the road. You've been wanting the opportunity to choose. Maybe you were obligated to something where you didn't feel like you had the choice. And now it's like, I just wish I could have, I wish I had the choice. I wish I could have options or a way out of this. And I feel like you've been asking for that. And the universe is sending you this opportunity to choose a way out. And that's this Eight of Cups, this Ace of Wands, the Lovers. Now this Lovers card here, it reminds me of Tangled, where the power is in her hair. Right? Like she had the power to leave the tower. I've got the power. She had the power to leave the tower. That's like Bruce Almighty. All along. Right? But she felt trapped. She felt obligated. She was sort of manipulated. Maybe you're dealing with a false magician. And see, because like this Six of Pentacles, it's supposed to be co-creation, but there's like somebody breadcrumbing. And there's the Scales of Justice again. Yeah, maybe somebody was fucking with your balance, or they were making you feel, they were manipulating you. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra or somebody who was manipulative. We have the Lovers, the Lovers, Gemini, and the Magician, Gemini and Virgo. Also the throat chakra, so it could be Taurus. Those are signs you could be dealing with, could have dealt with. Placements you could have, or phases of your own divine path journey that you are undergoing, or to get to the other side. People might be questioning your moves and be like, why are they doing this? Why is Capricorn so weird? Why do they but it's all part of your own path. Like, people questioned Jim Carrey for a long time. They called him crazy. He's also a Capricorn, January 17th. People just thought he was nuts for speaking about stuff that he was speaking about, and when you are tuned into your own truth and into your divine path, and you heed that calling, you look crazy, you sound crazy, because everyone else is indoctrinated. So when you're a free thinker, people question that. So this is like, we have the Lovers here. So I do see you coming into union with somebody, but I feel like this person was, or both of you maybe felt trapped, but it's like you had the ability to free yourself all along. right? Like she could have, the thing that kept her trapped, entangled, or Rapunzel, the story, depending on which variation you want to look at, but just her hair glowing in this card reminds me of the movie Tangled, where it's like she could have tied her hair, got out of the tower, and cut it, and then been free, right? Because, spoiler alert, that's what inevitably happens, is that the very thing that traps her is the thing that she has to leave behind. But it's also like the power, that's her power to Eight of Cups, to free herself from that situation. So yeah, something with that. I mean, maybe you just recently cut your hair. You know, it could just be as simple as that, but nothing is that simple. There is something very freeing and liberating about cutting your hair. As someone who's growing out a buzz cut, I can tell you it's very freeing and liberating to just leave and shed all that old energy. And like there's a lot of weight, right? Especially with her hair, that shit was heavy. You know, like that had to be very heavy hair. So there's some sort of weight, and you could have lost weight, could have had like a glow up where you've taken care of yourself, where you're like, oh, I am worthy of leaving. You know, maybe somebody that you were with was just very toxic, and they were like, oh, you're no one's gonna love you because of this, or you're not gonna find better than me, or that's specific, and I don't like that energy, so I'm not gonna give it much more. But you could have just dealt with someone who was kind of a prick, a real turd, and so you've broken away from that. But it was like the very thing that they used against you is your key to freedom. So I don't know how that's going to resonate with you in your own specific situations, but maybe the Tangled correlation will kind of offer some sort of insight, or and if you want to share, comment below. But the Four of Cups is waiting for that wish fulfillment, waiting for the love that is divine, right? This sun is like pouring gold in. There's something about gold. We've got Pentacles, we've got Justice, we've got Ace of Pentacles, the Rapunzel hair. It's like this golden opportunity. It's like a golden gate, something with the color gold, maybe the price of gold, the weight of gold. There's like royalty involved here. Golden light of protection, angelic support. Liquid gold. Liquid luck, that Harry Potter, liquid luck. But see, it's funny because it's almost in Harry Potter, is it Half-Blood Prince? Where he makes the perfect liquid luck and then he gives it to Ron. Well, Ron thinks he gives it to him, but it's like a placebo effect. It's like the placebo effect of confidence is a placebo effect, right? It's all in our mind. And so if we have that confidence, then we attract everything. So it's like liquid luck. When you fill up your own cup, it's liquid luck. It attracts the type of love, and you're kind of fearless, right? Four of Cups, I mean, it is also like liquid courage, right? But I don't condone drinking as a way of accessing your divine alignment. So yeah, maybe you're going through sobriety, maybe you are sober, you're in recovery, but yeah, it's like what is that? I said Bruce Almighty. When did I say? I referenced 50 First Dates, but it's in 50 First Dates where Adam Sandler is like, he gives the, is it? Yeah. Hairy pair of testicles. Where he gives the girl like the big margarita and she's like, I'm so drunk. He's like, actually there's no alcohol in there. I just give it to people because it's like a placebo effect. There's some kind of placebo effect here at play. Like maybe you go to a sobriety bar, or maybe because you start taking care of yourself, and because you're not like you or your person could have like drank, you were told that you were not funny, you were told that you were not cool, you were told that you were not attractive, smart, whatever. And so maybe you drank or you played a part, or it was like something where you did that to meet people or to feel like you could approach somebody. There's some sort of like placebo effect, liquid luck, liquid courage, something about maybe you got really into juice fasting, you lost weight, you got really healthy. And that is actually bringing you true confidence, because it's like, now that I'm taking care of myself, now that I've taken ownership of the very thing that stopped me from breaking free from this prison. I mean, maybe you were in prison. Maybe somebody got out of prison, right? Like maybe there could be something like that specifically. But I think it's more of like a self-imposed prison, because other people told you certain things about yourself, and so you believe them. So once you start taking care of yourself, once you start filling that cup, you suddenly have the true courage. And so I feel like that's this Four of Cups is this masculine getting true courage to approach the feminine if this is a love situation, or to take the reins of your own life and not be controlled by whomever was controlling you before. And in that energy, you will always inevitably attract divine love, because you're going to be on your divine path. But yeah, you could have had like a manipulative, narcissistic parent who gaslit you all the time. It's like, you have no power over me. The labyrinth. You have no power over me. It's like you finally get the revelation that that it was all an illusion. It was all smoke and mirrors. It's like lies are placebo. They only work if you give them power. It's like hoodoo or voodoo. It only works if you give it power. And so I've got the power. You're taking your power back. And I love that for you, Capricorn. I love that for you. Yeah, hopefully there was something in here for you, Capricorn. And until next time, I wish you well. Aquarius. Oh, shit. I got the dogs all pumped up. Ten of Swords. Oh, leaving behind deceit, lies, disappointment, disagreements. Leaving that behind. Good for you. The Chariot. Yeah, following your heart. Not listening to lies of the mind. You're just listening to and following the truth of the heart. Now, this Chariot is traveling across really dry land. It looks kind of barren. It looks dystopian, post-apocalyptic. It looks kind of sort of like they're leaving an industry. You could be leaving an industry behind. Maybe you're leaving a city behind, going to live in like the country or someplace that has more water, right? Because this chariot is Cancer. It's the heart. It's the moon. It's water. It should be watery and nourishing, but this place looks very dry and barren. It's like this person is chugging along to running on fumes to find an oasis. Seven of Cups. Yeah, realizing there's a ton of opportunities. You're finding opportunities, and these are all different opportunities in cups. So this could be dating. Maybe you left a relationship and you're going to be dating and looking at other partnerships and what they have to offer. And it's like, oh, I have all kinds of opportunities. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Plenty of Fish was a dating site. I don't know if it's still active, but so you could be online dating or meet someone online. Judgment. This is Judgment Day. Yeah, it's going to take, your judgment is probably going to be tested with this if you have all these opportunities. Where it's like, is this what I want? So just move slowly. Like this chariot's just chugging along, move slowly. Take your time. You don't have to take anybody's offer. You know, just listen to what works for you. We have the Four of Wands, which is marriage. It's a union, right? It's a balanced, abundant union. It's celebration of love. Like, wait for something that you can celebrate. King of Swords, you might be dealing with another air sign, right? Or that could be you as the masculine Aquarius. That's what you want, and that's what you're going for. Page of Wands. That's new, inspiring. Yeah, this Chariot, you want to be inspired. I feel like whatever you were in was not inspiring to you. It was just constant, like laying down, taking it. Like they're just laying down, face down, taking it in the back. You know, maybe you were in just like a loveless marriage. Maybe you were in a workplace that was not fulfilling. It was very monotonous. It was redundant. It was the same thing over and over. It was like a loop of misery. And Page of Wands is new. Like, look how fertile and abundant this field is. There's all these flowers, the sunflower, right? It's like, that's the rebirth. You want to live like, and if you're living in like an industrious city, or you're working in a warehouse or something, or a factory, and you're just doing the thing over and over, Page of Wands is like this idea that has been, it's a seed that was planted a long time ago, and the sun is truth. And so it's like this sunflower has sprouted up from this seed that was planted a long time ago, and now it's open and it's looking for the sun. It's looking for the truth. It's like you're following your truth. The sun and the moon are both the heart chakra. Oh, let me get my charger because the phone's gonna die. All right, cool. Let me make sure. Okay. All right, Page of Wands. Page of Pentacles, slow and steady. A gift, an offer. Yeah, with this Seven of Cups and this Judgment. Again, take your time. Page of Pentacles is slow and steady. You want someone who's going to come in that's nourishing. Pentacles, Earth, right? Maybe you want space. I feel like you want land. You want growth and nourishing foods. This person feels malnourished at the center, and this Page of Wands is like the idea of nourishment, of growth, of truth, of the sunlight and being outside. And it's like, I think you've just been like in a box inside, maybe in your work. Maybe you felt that way in your love life. Maybe you felt that way in your mind with the Ten of Swords, right? It's like, oh, I'm opening up to all these ideas, and I'm actually curious and excited about my life, and I have all these different opportunities. So just find what makes you feel grounded, what makes you feel maybe you got out of something with an air sign. We have the Five of Pentacles with this Four of Wands and that King of Swords, and I did say that there could have been a marriage that you got out of. So maybe you're going through a divorce, or maybe you got out of something that was not fulfilling. This Five of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles clarifies the Four of Wands, and then the Four of Wands clarifies the Five of Pentacles. So, yeah. Yeah, there's something disagreements. Like you gave to something that was deceptive. You gave to something, maybe it was just purely sexual. Again, like just lay down and take it. I feel like maybe you got together because, maybe you got together young, you got together for sex. You got together because like the passion was very exciting initially, and then it just got very dull and monotonous. And then we have the Page of Wands, which is like, that's inspiration. That's the fire. That's the truth. The true fire that you want is something that is not just based in sexual energy or whatever. You want intimacy. The Lovers is also and Nine of Pentacles is independence. So it's like I think you've been sort of chugging along slowly with the Page of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, to rebuild your own self health, wealth, value. Like maybe that was your only value, was to work, pay for this person, and because see this Lovers here? There's a snake biting this masculine here. And the feminine's just like, yeah, give it to me. And they're like, oh God. And see, they have this hat on. It's kind of like the bellhop. It's almost like a, my lady. Like they open the door. They are the valet. They're the busboy. They bring the food. It's like the song by Jonathan Bree. It's one of my favorite songs. It's called You're So Cool. And he's said, one of the lyrics is, now, it's one of my favorite songs. I can't remember anything about it, of course, because I'm put on this, I just put myself on the spot. Breakfast in bed, it brings you breakfast. Just a second. I had to start the song from the beginning in my head so that way I could. It's the second verse is, now like the faded star on Sunset Boulevard, I play the devoted butler, bringing coffees by the bed, morning coffees by the bed, while all heartfelt endeavors bring in diminished return. You're so cool. It's true. But yeah, it's like the devoted butler. I feel like the masculine was a devoted butler to a toxic feminine, and they've broken free from that. They're done working. Maybe she was a gold digger. But what the masculine really wants is something, I think, more humble. They don't want to work in a factory. They don't care how much money they make. Maybe they weren't necessarily in a factory, but they were like very businessman, businesswoman, right? But the masculine, just like a business person who's uniform. And it's almost like you became just like a sugar mama or a sugar daddy. And that's just bullshit. So you deserve better than that. And that's what you're calling in. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you're calling in something that is a co-creation. And see, these people are having this little ceremony. This isn't a Four of Wands. This is like an agreement to grow together. It's like a older world, very like old love type ceremony. I referenced this earlier, but it's like a Braveheart when they go into the woods to have this sort of secret marriage. And it's, in that situation, they had to have it secret because their life depended on it. And I don't feel like this is a secret because it's bad or anything, but maybe it's just like, it's just yours. Maybe you had a big wedding with somebody and it just didn't turn out well. And then this situation, it's like, you just want to be with the person. You don't need to gloat about it. You don't need to post on social media about it. It doesn't need to be a big to-do. You just want your person. And you just want to like live humbly, a quiet, slow, solitary life with this person and grow and have your space and not be like, like caught up in the humdrum of things. I'm just looking, believe in yourself, create your own life path. Yeah, this is like these little stickers I got. Create your own life path. It's like, I see you moving, getting out of a desertous environment emotionally. Maybe you're going to the desert, maybe you're going to have this sort of spiritual awakening. Maybe you're going out into the desert to kind of tune back in, but I feel like you're going to be in a fertile place energetically, emotionally, mentally, all of it, spiritually, and then physically. I feel like you're going to create this space And that's going to attract the right type of person in for you, because you're actually doing what is true to you versus doing what you were told to do, doing what you thought you should do, or doing what, you know, like you thought would attract the right person. Like if I have enough money, if I work really hard and I do this, if I, you know, then I'll attract the right person. But I think you attracted somebody who was just very superficial and wasn't with you for who you really are. And so you're becoming who you really are so you can attract the person that wants you, right? What I want wants me. And so if you want yourself, if you choose yourself and you leave behind what is not for you and you don't accept what is not for you, and you only accept what is for you, right? Tomato. Actually, it's tomato, I don't know, whatever tomato is backwards. But it's not a palindrome, so. There's a fly in here, and it's bugging me. I have the doors open. But that is like the need for death, right? The fly is signifying like, get moving. So if you're on the precipice of it, take your chance now. Like don't, this is the sticker that I honed in on for Virgo. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. A Virgo gave me these stickers. One day or day one, you decide, right? So for those of you, maybe you have a Virgo placement, you're dealing with a Virgo. It's like, go now. He's a Virgo as well. White Noise. The movie White Noise with Michael Keaton. Go now. Yeah. I mean, there's a different message in that movie, but maybe you just like horror movies. But anyway, yeah, hopefully there was something in here for you, Aquarius. And until next time, I wish you well. Pisces. Okay. I was waiting to see. Last but definitely not least, Pisces. Let's see what's going on with you. This is my first time doing the all signs reading, so I've made it. I've made it to the end. It's the longest video. It's very exciting though. It's because I like doing these because then I'm in the collective energy, right? Pisces, I feel like you're feeling it as the last sign of the zodiac. It's like you kind of get intuitively the download of the collective, right? You're constantly as the high priestess, the hanged man. It's like you're always observing it, you're always feeling it, even if you don't know where it comes from. It's like you get it. You're just always like inundated with the energies of others. You're very sensitive to the energies of others. So we have death here. Could be dealing with a Scorpio, but this is I feel a collective ending. There's a fly in here. It's bugging me. Pun intended. Yeah. But yeah, death with the fly. It's like there's a need for an ending. The Hermit could be dealing with a Virgo or have a Virgo placement. Something with the throat chakra, mercurial energy, something about creating your new reality, calling in your new reality. There's something blocking that. There's some sort of fear. Like this Hermit looks very fearful. So there's some sort of fear in that. Seven of Pentacles. You want to call in something very old, a dream of old, right? Whatever you believe about lifetimes, past lifetime, whatever your concept is of that. This feels like a past life thing, right? It's like an inner child dream that you have with the Seven of Pentacles. Something you've always wanted to do, something you've always thought you might do. But there was fear associated with it. We'll find out why. Excuse me. The Seven of Pentacles is reaping what you sow. Take your dreams seriously. It's over here by this sticker. Take your dreams seriously. So maybe there's something going on with your dreams. Maybe you have something trying to block your dreams, someone, right? Some sort of entity or negative energy coming at you. But, you know, energy vampires, in whatever form they come in, are just like in folklore. They need an invitation to come to enter your space. So don't let them. Say, no, Dracula, get out of here. And then the Fool is, all right, so with this, we have the dead fish with the Hermit, which is you. All right, the fish is Pisces. Then we've got this fish is like the past, is like gnawing at this Fool. The Fool is chest open, taking a leap of faith forward. This one's looking back. And you guys are notorious for this, Pisces. I always talk about this. You guys are notorious for being half in, half out, because you are like a fish. You're sort of timid, right? There's a fear, there's an untrusting, like it takes a lot to earn the trust of a fish. And so you have to feel very safe about something. And there's something where you're still looking at the back because it's easier to look back because you've already been there. You already know what it looks like. Even though you are the high priestess and you have the divine sight, if you're not tapped into that, if you've got like a calcification built up there or any kind of blockage with your throat chakra, you're not going to be able to speak your truth of your heart into existence. And then you're going to be blocking your sight about the way forward on your divine path. So it's like because you're looking back. And this is Aquarius, Aries, Virgo, and Scorpio are the signs that we have right now. And we have the Five of Pentacles. In the masculine energy, there's some sort of lack of stability, of health, of wealth, balance, not seeing it. Pentacles are tangible, we can see them. There's something in your 3D world, in your physical, tangible environment that you're not seeing. And I feel like, Pisces, you guys are notorious for this. Like, you need to see it. It's like you guys, your challenge is to stop looking through here and to start looking through here, right? To trust your intuition, to trust that you're not crazy, to trust that what you feel is true, what you believe is true, and to do it without shame, to do it without fear, right? Yeah, this person is blocked. The feminine energy, which is the eight is a cycle, right, of swords. This is someone they're swept up. They're not seeing anything. The moon is lack of clarity, and the moon is also intuition. It's also associated with Pisces and Cancer. It's not seeing the way forward. But the way forward is here. So stop looking through these eyes. You need to meditate to retap into your intuition. Queen of Cups. Yeah, you really need to, I think something with your water, with the calcification, something with, I get this for you guys a lot too, like needing to juice, because you guys are so much water. We are bodies of water, but you guys are so much water because you're mutable water, which means you're mutable as swords and cups. And that's your supporting modality for your primary element of cups. So it's like you got cups and cups in there, but the swords get in the way. If you were just like water and water, then you could maybe be aligned with your water easier, but it's like your head's getting in the way, the overthinking's getting in the way, the fear, the overanalyzing is getting in the way. Queen of Cups is a need to nourish yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Like, do that feminine work of resting and hydrating. Here, oh shit, it's gonna knock my phone off. Ooh. We'll see. Let's say we'll all hydrate together. Okay. I had to put my charger on during Aquarius, which Aquarius is the star that is healing. So there's a need to heal and recharge, right? Three of Pentacles, that's coming together, that's collaboration. And there's 3 females here. So there's the Queen of Cups. This is really tapping into the feminine. Maybe you have female friends, feminine friends that you can hang around. Maybe you have sisters. But this is really getting into your own holy trinity in a feminine way, in a grounded way with the pentacles. And it's the body, the mind, and the spirit. So ask yourself, what makes my body feel nourished? When do I feel the most feminine, right? And we all have masculine and feminine, right? So men, if you're out there and you're wanting to attract a feminine, or masculines, if you're wanting to attract a feminine, what makes you feel feminine? Because if that's what you're trying to attract, like attracts like, so you need to get into that energy so that you can attract them in. Because you don't want to attract someone who's going to do it for you. That's codependent. You want to be able to do it yourself, and then when they come into your life, they can help you in that area, but you're able to do it yourself. You have to be able to fill your own cup. You have to be able to ground yourself. You have to be able to self-regulate, because the only person that we are with from start to finish is ourselves. So yes, it's wonderful to have a life partner, but we're not guaranteed the same amount of time together. This isn't The Notebook, Spoiler alert. This is not The Notebook. This is not something like we're guaranteed every day with each other. And even in The Notebook, she is Alzheimer's, so it's like in sickness and in health, right? There are times when we have to compensate for the other person when they are in need of that compensation. So it's good to have all the tools in our bag. So what makes your body feel the most feminine? Feminine energy is nurturing, it's restful, it's receiving, it's willingness to attract to you. Masculine is going after what you want. It's active energy, right? It's just a different. Masculine pursues, feminine receives. So there's just, and there's a time and a place for both. But right now I feel like there's a time and a place for feminine. There's a need to rest with the death, with this burnt out energy, with this overthinking, with the looking back, with the waiting for your seeds to bloom and come to fruition. Then, what makes your body feel good? What eases your mind? What do you do to help yourself not overthink, right? Remember your training. I feel like I keep getting that. Remember your training. Keep going back to what has worked for you, because past behavior is indicative of future behavior, right? So you don't want to go back into past cycles, but you can always draw from your own personal experience of the past and go, okay, well, when was I the most calm or feminine in my life? Like what was I doing around that time? Was I gardening with the 7 of Pentacles, right? Was I gardening with this Fool in the water? Was I dancing, the full dances under the full moon? Do I feel more at peace at night, during the day? What foods make me feel good, right? What music am I listening to? Like, just pay attention to everything that you're taking in your daily diet through all of your 5 senses, because that is what's blocking your 6th sense, which is the High Priestess, which is this moon, intuition, feminine energy. All right. So we don't have to really balance our spirit. We need to balance our head and our heart, our mind and our body, our masculine, our feminine, and that just makes way for the spirit. The spirit is unconditional. The spirit is source. That's the part of us that is connected, that we all collectively share. That's not something, it's not like a body that we have any control over. We can only control and do the work on our physical and our mental state, and then the spirit just it's unconditional. It just will come in like negative space, just like air that you breathe. If you open your lungs, the air just comes in, right? If you're restricting yourself, then it just doesn't have as much room to come in. But when it comes in, it's unconditional. There's no bias or judgment when it comes to the spirit, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles again. So yeah, I feel like you need to plant a garden, but really, yeah, I mean, if you live in an apartment, you don't have a space for a garden, maybe you're not living in a place where you can do that. You could have like restrictions or be living with other people, right? But you can get one plant, right? Or you can put one windowsill with some herbs, right? The easiest thing you can do is put some beans, dried beans down in some soil in a little window box. And beans have flowers. And guess what flowers do? They attract bees. They attract butterflies. They attract nature. It's like I feel like you need to call nature into wherever you are to nourish you and to give you signs, because nature will give you signs if you're looking for them. And right now it feels like you're looking for a sign before you take this leap of faith into something new. It's like you need that confirmation. It's not a bad thing to need confirmation or to feel like you want to be sure of something before you do it. There's nothing wrong with that. It just can get to a place where you're not moving at all and you're staying in a situation that is not serving your highest good, right? So it's not about a timeline, like you need to do this on anybody else's time or you need to go by this date. But I feel like you, for yourself, for your own balance, your own well-being, you need to do for yourself. You need to do something that will call in the information that you need, whatever you need to feel secure, to feel safe, to feel like you can trust your next step. Do it. Some people, some people just jump without looking, and that can be great for them. And some people that do it, that could be a detriment, right? You could step on a snake if you're not watching where you're walking, right? So being cautious isn't a bad thing. It's just when you're being cautious to the point that you are not making any moves, you're not taking any steps. Then it gets to a place where it's like, okay, well, the divine path is there, but you have to do the steps. Knight of Cups, fight for what you love, justice. Your divine justice is coming in. The angelic support is there. It will work itself out. You, I think, just need to take care of yourself and nourish yourself, nourish your space, right? Find something in your space that you can tend to, right? It's like doing animal therapy or gardening really helps with us putting nourishing energy into something else, and it actually is reciprocal, right? Because plants and animals are unconditional. They can be real sometimes they can be finicky and make you feel, but they basically, they're such pure mirrors. Hi, honey. They're such pure mirrors for what's going on with us and what's going on in our space. And so if you just let them be, if you just give them what they need and keep it simple, be slow, steady, calm, you keep your energy calm, you spend time with the plants, you're really spending time with yourself. And I feel like that's what's really important for you right now, Pisces, so that you can attract what is right for you. Because I'm never going to condone, and maybe you have people around you who are like, just do it, like Nike, just do it. Don't tell me what to do, first of all. Second of all, just doing it, like just leaping off a cliff is not always the right thing. You want to make sure that you have a parachute, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you need to find out what your parachute looks like, and then figure out how to carry it with you so that when you take those steps, in whatever way you connect with Source, you feel like you're making the right steps for you on your path, right? Because again, you guys can be impressionable. You guys can get tempted because you are influenced by all of the other energies, because you're so sensitive to the other energies. You can get distracted and be like, oh, maybe I should go this way. Oh, maybe I should try that. And it's okay to be curious about a lot of things, but not everything is going to be for you. So this is about deciding what is for you and taking the steps to create something that makes you feel like, okay, I take this step for me, and I'm okay with it, and not having any shame about it, not looking to the side, right? Looking where you're walking for you, because yeah, if you're looking at other people, you might trip, you might step on something else. So yeah, this is keeping your focus on just you and what's right for you, Pisces. Like, yeah, I think that's a solid message for anybody. That's a solid message for you. And because the collective is looking to Pisces as the high priestess to be tuned into their intuition, right? Intuition and our connection with God and Source is an individual experience. Because people are so attracted to Pisces, they're so interested in them, there's something very intriguing and mysterious about them. It's like, which can often be Pisces like being mystified by their own experience, so they don't even know what's going on with them. So it's like, you need to know what's going on with you and how you want to move with that experience, so that others that are looking at you, they can follow. You're not going to do the work for them, but you're going to live in your truth and follow your path, and other people will go, oh, I guess I can follow my path. They're not necessarily going to follow your path, right? Some people might try to follow your path, and if they do, cool, but you're not doing the work for them, all right? You're not waiting for them. You're not like holding branches out of the way for them. Like, this is my path. Which that sounds kind of mean, like you're not holding branches for anybody else. But I feel like you can get caught up with someone who's just like very vampiric, right? And you need to just not give them the invitation to be in your space unless they're willing to be right there with you and do the work for themselves, and not do it because they're trying to impress you or because it's not their truth, and they're just doing it because they're like, I don't know what to do for me, so I'm just going to do whatever Pisces is doing because it seems to be working for them. Well, yeah, it's working for them because it's their truth. So other people will be inspired by you following your truth, but again, it's what they do or how they go about following their truth is on them, right? Pisces, you're not responsible for that. Even though you might see them tripping and falling and all of that, and you can just say, hey, I got my hiking boots on, wherever you got them from. That reminds me of the movie Wild. It's time to watch that movie again. I love that movie with Reese Witherspoon. So maybe something with an Aries. I think she's an Aries. Anywho, hopefully there was something in here for you, Pisces. And until next time, I wish you well.